Team Freeview, welcome back to an all-new Tabletop Tactics Battle Report in our all-new Studio of Power.
Yes! Yes! It's taken what feels like an eternity, but we've done it!
It has.
We've done it!
We are here coming to you from the new studio. It is 98% complete.
I'd
Yes.
say 98.1.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Controversial.
0.2 because I'm a positive guy.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Well, I mean, look, 98% is a pretty good inroads towards completion.
It's very good.
It's actually nearly complete.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, we are able to film in here today, and of course you'll get to have a little look around as we are filming the report. We'll do a separate Voxcast for you, but we thought, you know what better way to debut the new studio for you Freeview bosses than to have two hard clashing armies, both now. Well, perhaps Iron Hands weren't before, but they're about to be infamous, I think, for their resilience.
Yeah.
But both of these armies, Death Guard versus Iron Hands. This is, of course, the debut of the new Iron Hands. Now, before we get into it, no, we don't have the new Iron Father because we, of course, are running the Obsidian Dragons today.
Yes.
We can't have the special character from the Iron Hands as an Obsidian Dragon because guess what? He's not in the Obsidian Dragons.
He's not there. But I think I've come up with something pretty good.
Have you?
Yeah, I think it's pretty tasty. I found a few synergies.
Oh, some cheeky synergies, is it?
Yes.
Could be interesting.
Could be.
Okay, so Mr. Beard, you're commanding the Death Guard today.
Yes, I have
I
a few smellies.
Oh!
You mean your tactics?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get into those lists then, shall we? What's coming up next? Right, so we're rocking the Iron Hands first.
Yes.
They are the new codex after all.
I feel a bit weird about this because I've really taken the Death Guard under my wing.
Well, you
Are you using my avatar?
No, I'm not.
Ah, good.
I didn't feel like that would be an
That would be
appropriate
wrong,
thing to do.
wouldn't
Yeah, because then I'd have to shoot at myself.
You would, yeah.
Ah, there. That is deep.
Yeah.
There's some unpacking to do there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Cool. Okay, so. I need the books because obviously, I need the books. I need the books because it's not all in Battlescribe yet. So I've got to talk through a couple of things with you. I mean, again, as we said in the Voxcast, really you want to build your lists around the Iron Father. However, there is still some pretty cool stuff that you can do, especially if you start to take advantage of the chapter rule, which I have forgotten the name of, which is why I need the book, which is called
Iron something,
It's
I reckon.
Calculated Fury.
Oh, okay.
Calculated Fury, which I'll just quickly remind you of. So while the Devastator Doctrine is active, models with this ability do not suffer the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons.
Yeah.
In addition, whilst the Devastator Doctrine is active, when resolving an attack made with a heavy weapon by a model with this ability, re-roll a hit roll. You can re-roll hit rolls of 1.
Just for nothing.
It's really good.
Here's your captains. Get out of here.
But it's okay. It's not as if like you start in Devastator Doctrine or anything.
That's exactly where you start. And if I was actually building Iron Hands, I would be looking at things like Razorbacks and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Razorback. Twin assault cannons.
Twin assault cannons, just moving with no penalty. There's some really interesting stuff that you can do with this, guys. So I've built this list. Now, first things first, I've got a battalion. Or a medallion.
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 No, yes, the medallion.
There's a medallion to you all at home today. And in that medallion, I have a Primaris Psyker. Because I wanted to use some of these really nifty new powers of the Technomancy discipline. So he gets 2 powers, obviously, being a Primaris Psyker. So I've chosen these 2 because we don't have any Tech Marines. Because we just don't, right? Because this is a Primaris force.
And the dragons are only Primaris.
Yeah, and the dragons are only Primaris. So when we get a Tech Marine that is Primaris, whenever that happens, and it will, I'm sure, then
so.
yeah, well, I can't
We
imagine.
could just convert one, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what we could do? We could just do that.
Yeah. Well,
and then just.
I think
we could get some iron
because we at
fighters.
least we do need some. Yeah, he could be an Iron Son if we converted him, the Son of Iron.
The son of the dragon.
Yeah.
Ah.
The Iron Dragon.
And then
Iron
everything he
Dragon.
forges will be forged in fire.
Oh,
Nice.
there we go. Okay. New job for Sanger. New job for Sanger. So one of the powers I have taken is Reforge. It's only a casting value of 5. If manifested, select one friendly Iron Hands vehicle model within 3 of the Psyker, and the model regains up to D3 wounds. So, and you can actually see this, how much you can repair your army when you actually have like Psykers in there, and then you have the Iron Father. It's insane. I've then taken Blessing of the Machine God. Again, only a 5. If manifested, select one friendly Iron Hands model within 12 of this Psyker. If it's Titanic, it's a power of 8 to cast, but I don't have any Titanic today. Until the start of your next Psychic phase, when resolving an attack made by that model, add 1 to the hit roll. So you start to put them on Executioners, then you're hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Just
or
like us.
Titanic model.
Yeah, so I think it would be, they're talking about Forge World stuff.
Yeah, like a Thunderhawk gunship. It doesn't. There aren't any Titanic models in the Marine Codex specifically.
There's some Forge
as far
ones
as I
though.
recall.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's why they've put that caveat in there.
Yeah, that's probably why they did.
Oh, the huge Primaris
The Astraeus.
Astraeus.
Oh, we should get one for the dragons. Actually.
Yeah, we should too. We totally should.
Yeah.
So those are the powers there. So I've got him. The next one, I've actually got a chaplain in here today, a Primaris Chaplain as well, which is pretty cool because I found a nice synergy in the new litanies.
Do you want me to hold that for you?
Thank you. I'll need that in a
I
moment.
can hold that if you like.
There you go.
So, I thought this could be actually quite interesting as well. Where are we? Litanies of battle.
Yes.
And I believe it is Catechism of Fire. Yes, if this litany is inspiring, so if they feel inspired by it, and it's on a 3. So he doesn't have little apostles that follow him around to make it on 2s, so it's on 3s. Select one friendly model within 6. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by a model in that unit against the closest visible enemy unit in that model, add 1 to the wound roll. So again, on Executioners, that's really tasty.
Yep.
It does specifically say a model, so it would just be on one of them, I believe. But on like single tanks and everything, that's really cool. So I've given him that.
Nice.
So then we go on to the troops. I have 3 units of 6 Intercessors, so 2 of them will be going in my 2 Executioners, which I've also got in there as well. And I've given them the heavy lasers this time. So last time I played around with the plasma. The heavy lasers are the best, 100%. I just think they're really, really good.
Yeah,
they're a
totally
minimum
agree.
flat 3 damage. They're 4 shots a pop if you move under your half movement. Their strength something and -5, and they're just absolutely
I think
great.
strength. Aren't they strength 9?
No,
Are
they're
they
like
higher than
strength
strength
10.
9? Oh wow.
Yeah, they're crazy good.
I'm yet to use Executioner.
Yeah, they're
Yet to use one.
They're now
You can
again.
watch today.
Yes, I will.
You can do it vicariously.
So I've got 2 of those, so they should do really well. So especially with ones we'll be hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. I can add to the wound roll on that for that model as well with that litany. It's pretty tasty.
It's pretty tasty.
It's pretty tasty. Yes, that can do some serious work. I've then got 1 unit of 6 aggressors as well. Originally, I thought that would be quite good with that litany as well, but it specifically says a model, so you couldn't put it on the unit. If you could put it on the unit, that would be incredible. But it's not quite the case.
No.
Bit much.
And
bit
Aggressors are just incredible now anyway.
Yeah,
since the new Space
exactly.
Marine Codex.
And then they can really Barney in combat now as well. And I've got the chaplain in there, so they'll be re-rolling all of their hits.
They were actually a good unit before, but now they're like...
now they're really good.
Yeah.
Now
Did
they're
they
really
get an
good.
extra rune like
They've
the
got
rune
extra
Inceptors?
toughness.
Extra
Well,
toughness.
yeah,
They're 3
right.
wounds of pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be cool. Although that doesn't really build around the calculated Calculated Fury. I think what was it called?
Your chapter tactic?
My chapter tactic.
I keep always wanting to say Sons of Medusa, which is actually an Iron Hands Successor chapter.
Yeah.
So they're actually called the Sons of Gorgon with their army special rules. I don't remember the chapter.
Yeah, I think it was Calculated Fury.
I remember what it does.
I said it like a minute ago. So although I'm not really building around that, actually I think that to have that level of anti-horde when you've got this much heavy firepower in your list as well is quite important.
Yes.
So I've got them. Then we move on to the Vanguard. So in the Vanguard, I do have a Primaris Captain with a sword. So, I mean, I do have units in there which will be needing to reroll ones. And if I decide I need to leave that doctrine, say I needed to get the -1 on with my aggressors or something like that, so so re-rolling ones suddenly will become a thing. But again, if you're building these lists properly, I just don't think you leave Devastator Doctrine ever.
No.
But you know, I do have that flexibility to do so.
Yep.
So I've made him the Warlord.
So swap?
Got to swap back now. So he is using.
Do you know what he's using?
Yeah, Target Protocols.
Ah.
So I mentioned that I think this is actually one of the better ones for the Warlord traits. So at the start of your shooting phase, select one friendly Iron Hands unit within 6 of the Warlord. Once that phase, when revolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by that model from that unit, you can reroll the hit roll. Once that phase, when resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon by that model from that unit, you can reroll a wound roll. Once that phase, when resolving an attack made by that model with a ranged weapon, you can reroll the damage roll.
That's a triple reroll.
That's a triple reroll for free, essentially. So
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. The magic number is 3. Oh yeah. So that is good. I've taken that.
Yeah.
I then have a lieutenant in there as well because I want to be re-rolling those ones. Primaris lieutenant.
Everyone loves the Primaris
Everyone loves it,
lieutenant.
and I've given him obviously the relic, the Iron Stone, because it's just silly how good it is. So when resolving an attack made against an Iron Hands vehicle unit within 3 of a friendly model with this relic, reduce any damage inflicted by 1 to a minimum of 1. Pretty cool, right? Against a couple of units that Beard has brought today, that will definitely come into play. And just as a normal thing to take in an Iron Hands army, as we discussed, it's a must. You just got to take it.
Yep.
So I've taken that, and then to actually fill out the 3 Vanguard slots or elite slots in a Vanguard, I've taken the 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts. They all have the Gatling cannons on there as well, and Stormbolters. And that's the list.
That's the list?
That's the list. It's 1991, which hurt me a bit, but I'm actually really happy with how the list goes and the different synergies and all that sort of stuff. So I've given you 9 points. That was a... Why did you do that?
I was waiting for you to give me 9 points.
Oh, I see.
But then you touched my hand.
Oh, and now here we are.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Shall we...
Now what do we do?
Let's do your list.
Okay.
Team, it is now time for the Smelly Death Guard.
Smell alright.
You can do your list. What's wrong with you?
I'm still getting over the hand holding. It was so nice.
Yeah. We did that for like 5 minutes as well. Like we stopped the camera and just all like, this is good.
Flicked into each other's eyes.
Yeah,
it was
friendship.
a wonderful time.
Friendship.
Well, you two did, but
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, today I am running the Death Guard.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a dual battalion.
a dual battalion.
A dual
battalion.
So, in battalion number 1, I'm taking 2 Demon Prince of Nurgle. Both have wings, one of which is my Warlords. Mm-hmm. They both have malefic talons.
Yeah.
I'm taking Arch Contaminator as my Warlord trait, and the Suppurating Plate as my relic. So when you stab me, I go,
yeah,
and then you're like,
It's such a good combo.
It's amazing.
It's
so good. You hit me, I hit you back with mortal wounds. It's very good. Troops wise, I have 3 units of 7 Plague Marines. See what I did there?
Yes.
Very good. Couldn't help myself. 7 Plague Marines, 2 Blight Launchers in each one. I really wanted to put the plasma on the captains, but sadly didn't have the points. But yes, 3 units of 7 Plague Marines. Moving on from there, I have a Plague Surgeon, and I'm taking him because I love the idea of rerolling the ones for my Disgustingly Resilient.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Synergy, I've heard.
Yeah.
So that's good. We've then got, where are we? The Plague Surgeon. Then we've got 3 of the Mephitic Blight Haulers, and I've heard they're good because they have a +1 to armor saves within 7 inches.
Yeah. I may have told Beard a couple of things, but that's fine. I shared some of the secrets.
He shared Nurgle's blessings with me.
Yes, because everyone's welcome in the garden.
Everyone having a
Nurgle.
nice smiley time.
Grossi lives there.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think it might be time to announce.
Oh wow, that's big. You want to drop that now?
Well, actually, finish your list. Finish your list and then I'll make an announcement.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Right, the 2nd Battalion is okay. 2nd Battalion. We've got Typhus. Typhus is here. He is running with a whole heap of Poxwalkers. We've got 2 units of 15 and 1 unit of 16. We also have the
Malignant Plague.
Yes,
Yep.
Malignant Plague Caster, just for some extra buffing, some extra psychic abilities. And then finally, we've got 2 Plague Burst Crawlers with the Entropy Cannons and obviously the Mortar. What are you going to tell us?
So there's been a lot of toing and froing about what my next army is going to be, and I have decided it will be Death Guard.
Yes. You see, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
inevitable.
There might competitively there might be a soup element in there as well, which I'm thinking about.
Yeah, because we're going to start hitting the tournament scene again.
Yeah, end of this year
finally,
and then next
everything
year.
is nearly done.
Yeah. Which is going to be awesome. So yes, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about it. I've got some really cool ideas, and I've got an interesting paint scheme I'm going to play around with.
Yeah, it's going to look really cool as well.
Yeah, so I'm pumped.
That's
pumped.
exciting.
And they can double up as the purge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
For some purging.
cheeky bit purge.
I do mind. I do like the purge.
You do like a cheeky bit of
I
purge?
don't mind a purge. Doing some purging. I go, what did you do today? Just purged my enemies?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so there we go. There's my announcement. I realised I hijacked your list there a little bit.
That's cool.
That's
awesome.
I felt I need to. So you went for the entropy cannons.
Yes.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So he's got a bit of anti-armor as well.
So entropy cannons over the plague spitters, is it?
Indeed. I needed to.
It's an extremely controversial choice. There,
Yes.
I don't think so.
No.
To be fair, I didn't actually have the points for the Plague Splitters, and I prefer the Entropy Cannons anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm my own man.
Yeah.
Let me use my Entropy Cannons.
Okay, that's fine.
And the spider says nothing. So what we're going to do now is go right into the game. We don't know what mission we're playing next. However, I do have a sneaky suspicion that it might be the Schemes of War. So I think there was a little pre-game discussion that might be a lot of fun.
Yes, I think it could be a lot of fun today. I think it could be a lot of fun.
I think it could definitely be.
Well, let's discuss it. Let's discuss it because there might be a slight hiccup.
We're going to discuss it. Hiccups aside, that's coming up next. The battlefield is set. Thousands upon thousands of buzzing flies are hovering above the Death Guard force. It's across here in this ruined cityscape of what was once a bustling imperial city. The dragons have arrived to breathe fire and put an end to the foul pestilence that is the Death Guard. However, it appears that you are celebrating this fact, despite announcing yourself as a follower of Nurgle.
Yeah.
Mr. Beard lurking over here. Hello, Mr. Beard.
Hello there!
We can see that you are here ready to command the Death Guard
Look how much
today.
space there is now.
Lots of space. So why don't we do a little mini tour? We've got artwork coming. All of our lodge members who made this possible. That is all being made. The art hasn't been put up yet. Yeah. Row upon row of armies in the cabinets here. And we can see some rigging up above us. And we can use different lights how he wants. Overhead camera, although you won't see that being used in this battle reports. It's all a work in progress. We haven't quite finished dressing it yet. In fact, the window bay is going to be have some extra bits done to it as well. But I'm sure you'll agree, it's all starting to come together.
Yeah.
98.1% of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's right.
0.2.
So, with that in mind, let's discuss the mission at hand. Today, we are playing the Schemes of War. We did determine that that was what we were going to play.
Yes.
Good news, everybody. Yes. So, Mr. Bone is currently set to go first. Is that correct?
Correct.
So he did deploy first here in this Vanguard strike deployment. We can see 2 of the Repulsor Executioners and 3 Redemptor Dreadnoughts ready to lay down the pain. Now these are pain train. Now you didn't make any of these characters with the pre-game stratagems, did you?
No, I mean you can.
It's not as effective on a Redemptor because he's over.
Because you can target him.
That's right.
So there are some cool things you can do. You could, I think you could I could use some of my interceptors with a stratagem to actually, they become like shield drones.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's not quite as good as that because each wound is a mortal wound that goes through, whereas on shield drones, obviously D6 damage gets turned into 1 mortal wound, and that's why you can do it. So,
right.
Yeah, that's that really.
Yeah.
But I decided that because he was targetable, it wasn't worth it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think, but does make those venerable dreadnoughts and so forth really quite interesting now.
Yeah.
So meanwhile over here, the Poxwalkers are obviously providing some sort of screen to the Pestilent Death Guards.
Indeed.
He does have some princes in the rear here to try and back up his force, use them as counter-attacks, and also to buff the force with psychic powers.
Yeah, there's some stratagems to allow me to ensure that some units can't be shot at unless they're the closest. We've got lots of bubbles being bubbled. We've got the 3 Malefic Blight Haulers giving the +1 to armor saves for the Plague Marines. Typhus is in there, making them all those Poxwalkers nice and tough.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
But it's still quite scary. Although I've deployed back a little bit so those Redemptors won't be in range.
Okay, so the Redemptors won't be in range even if you don't go first. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you seem confident. So, with that in mind, will there be the attempting of seize the initiative today, Mr. Beard?
No.
There will not.
I'm ready!
He's giving Mr. Bone the first turn. However, that was on the assumption that you were going to take first turn.
Today I will.
Today he will.
Yes.
So there we go. It's all been stated. It will be B-Bone going first. Let's see what happens. Death Guard turn 1 coming up next. Folks, when I said it's Death Guard turn 1, I actually did mean, of course, Iron Hands turn 1. We do have the first of the Schemes of War Maelstrom cards deployed here now. We've got Defend Objective 6, Secure Objective 3. This is not the Emperor's Retribution. We're still waiting for our cards to arrive.
So this is Cold Fury.
Cold.
So score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed as a result of an attack made by an Iron Hands vehicle model from your army this turn. Score D3 victory points if 3 or more units were destroyed as a result of an attack made by an Iron Hand vehicle this turn.
Oh, that's good. So you happen to have a few Iron Hands vehicles, don't you?
Yeah.
Now,
not many in range though.
Speaking of vehicles, and speaking of slight changes,
yes.
As it turns out, Mr. Beard decided to heed some advice, and he has actually switched his lists. Entropy cannons for Plague Spitters, which are on the Plague Burst Crawlers there. Are you happy with that life choice there, Mr. Beard?
Yeah, I've learned stuff. I've had to drop a few Poxwalkers to make up for it, so I've got 2 units of 13 and 1 of 14 now.
Very nice. Okay, so he's got some Plague Spitters there, not a problem at all. So, with that in mind, movement-wise, the Iron Hands have shuffled forward ever so gently.
So they've obviously moved down to half.
Yes, that's right. So they can, of course, fire twice with their turret weapons. Furthermore, we do have the aggressors now smashing their way through the Imperial city walls. We have an objective here. We have one in the centre, which they're edging towards there in the centre of the battlefield. There's one over here in no man's land currently in that, so I didn't really lay out the objectives for you. Over here, there is also one near the car park, and over here, of course, in the enemy deployment zone. And the final one
is here,
as we suspected, which is why the intercessors are hanging back there.
Just in case.
Is there, just in case they need to grab that objective.
Yeah. So just for everyone's enjoyment, that's defend objective 6 in there. So
Right.
the reason I've shown that is so I can discard it, essentially.
Okay, fair enough. So he's got defend objective 6. Obviously, he's not about to do that. So, what? Any other admin in this movement phase before we go into your psychic phase, if there is going to be one?
Normally at the beginning of the battle round, that's when I do my litanies
Yes.
as well. However, because it's +1 to wound on the nearest model,
Yes.
and Beard is deployed defensively, I actually won't be shooting at anything with any of these guys. Any of those poxwalkers are all out of range.
Right.
So there's no point in doing it.
Got it.
I'm just not going to.
She's just not going to?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
That's it.
So, no litanies from the chaplain as of yet. Will there be a psychic phase?
Yes, because
okay.
I've got some blessings of the Omnissiah to do.
Okay, psychic phase coming up next. Here it is, the librarian at the centre of this battle line now casts his mind for blessings of the Omnissiah on this Repulsor Executioner.
Correct.
So, casting number required.
5.
5.
For a +1 to hit.
5 for a +1 to hit. Here we go. That is, in fact, a 7.
Yes.
There, Mr. Bone.
So that's
So, it is successfully cast. There is obviously no Death Guard Witch in denial range. Do you have any other powers that you wish to cast?
No, because the only other one I've got is Reforge and everyone's on full health.
Very nice. So this one now is hitting on 2s. Ouch. Folks, it's time for the Heavy Laser Destroyer. That is the one on the left flank of the one that's hitting on 2s. It levels its turret cannon at the Myphitic Blight Haulers. Now, are these actually a squad or are they individual? That's a squad. Okay, so it's a squadron there. Fair enough. So he's leveling his cannon here. Mr. Bone, you're re-rolling ones to hit because you're in Devastator Doctrine active from turn 1.
Insane.
Insane. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay,
Are
so
you ready?
it's 3's re-rolling ones, I believe.
Correct.
And funny we should mention that actually. There's 2 1s.
Okay.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
because
great.
you rolled 2 1s.
And then I rolled 2 1s
by
again.
2 1s.
Yeah. It's going to be a good day.
Oh, it's one of those games.
I see.
Oh,
okay.
no.
3s to wound you though.
3's to wounds. Mr. Bone, a 3
Wounded you
and
once.
okay, just the
Okay,
once.
interesting. So
Interesting.
you'll need a demon save there, Mr. Beard.
Yeah, so he gets a 5+ invulnerable save. That is actually a 4.
Okay.
So
it is D6 damage.
Yes.
Here we go. 3.
3 wounds. However, he is disgustingly resilient.
Disgusting.
And he is resilient once there, so 2 wounds go through on the first of the Myphitic Blight Haulers, but no first strike as of yet. Okay, interesting. Well, it's not over yet, because he has his second Repulsor Executioner, and a few more of the guns are in range this time, namely heavy bolters, which will be firing at some Death Guard Marines in a moment. However, of course, we start with the big gun, and for those of you which were wondering why 6 dice were rolled before, it's because he did do 2 shots at the same time.
Yeah, 4 dice.
4 dice, sorry,
Four
not
dice,
6,
four dice,
yes.
4 dice. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Here we go. So I am going to use my Target Protocol's Warlord trait.
Okay.
Okay, so it does say you're supposed to do it at the start of your phase, but my intention was always to put it on the one that was hit on 2s.
Sure. So, and Calagon has, of course, put it on this one.
Exactly.
No problem.
Okay, so again, how this works is once in the phase, when resolving an attack made but with a ranged weapon by a model from that unit, you can re-roll a hit roll. Once the phase, you can when resolving an attack with the ranged weapon from the model, you can re-roll a wound roll, and you can also re-roll a damage roll. Okay. So I'm obviously going to use that on my cannon.
On your one that's hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So
And
here we go.
Mr. Beard's very happy.
It'll be,
so you're
same
targeting
target.
Myphitic Blight Haulers again.
So
Yep.
what this means is I'm sacrificing first strike,
Yep.
but I need to remove the cover from these guys as soon as humanly possible.
Yes.
Because the problem with Death Guard is they just are so resilient, and you need to make them as less resilient as possible.
Yes.
As you can. So here we go. So 2's re-rolling 1s this time. Re-rolling that 1.
Re-rolling.
All hits.
But all hits.
It's a full house.
Full house. Psychic boon.
Because of the psychic boon.
The psychic boon.
It's a
Psychic
full house.
boon.
Yes. So now it's 3's to wound.
3's to wounds. Okay, that is 2
2 failed,
wounds.
but I can re-roll one of
You
those.
can re-roll the
because of target
1.
protocols.
Yeah, target protocols. The Warlord trait there.
Okay,
That's now
so
made
now
it to
if
3
you
wounds.
3 wounds. I could use a CP on that actually, and because this is pretty much the end of my turn after this,
And these
I'm
things are
going
flat
to-
damage 3, right?
These,
So you
yeah,
can't,
well,
as long
up
as you
to-
can
up to-
re-roll it.
Yeah, up to D6, which is crazy.
Yeah,
So,
which is-
so
right,
I'm
okay.
going to re-roll that. I'm going to spend
Yes.
a CP on that.
Okay.
Okay,
and
so
that's 4 wounds there,
wounds
folks. Could be a problem.
It's 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
It's 4 wounds. If
It's
you'd
4
like to
wounds.
make some demon
Ready for
saves.
4 saves?
Mr. Beard.
Yes.
Ready for 4 saves?
4 saves in the house.
For
4
Papa
saves.
Nurgle.
Mr. Beard. 5 pluses, not a single one.
All right.
Mr. Beard is back.
Okay. So it's 4d6 damage in that case.
46 damage.
Okay,
Yes,
so
right.
what's great about this target protocols on this weapon though
Yeah.
is I can re-roll that and even
you've
if I
got-
get lower
Yeah.
it will still be
It'll
3.
still be flat damage
so
3.
let's do
so
that.
that's
Okay, so
Okay.
it's still flat damage
Fine.
3. Right, so I guess you need to resolve these damages.
Well,
no,
well,
because it's a unit, so you could do it all at the same time.
he could do it all at the same time because they all had the same save, and ultimately, if one dies, then the wounds will carry over to the next one. Happy with that, Mr. Beard?
I'm just happy to be here.
Mr. Beard is very happy.
6, 10, 16.
Yes.
Pathetic.
I laugh at you, sir. Okay, Mr. Beard.
You ready for 16 disgustingly resilient saves?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Here we go.
I am.
Hey-ya!
It's not bad.
That,
bad.
look, it's not bad. I believe I spy 6 there right off the bat.
You do, but so there's 1 dead, and then 6, 7. So 1 dead and 1's on 1 wound.
Wowzers.
That could have
Wowzers.
gone worse
Wowzers.
for me.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Incredible. When you say 1 is dead and 1's on 1 wound, because 1 had 6 wounds left, is that correct?
Oh, hang on.
I'm a little confused.
So 1's dead, and then 1 is on 4 wounds. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's
1's
what I
dead and
meant.
1's on 4 wounds.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I'm glad that we cleared that up.
Yeah, me too.
Heavy bolters now into the Death Guard unit just behind those forward Poxwalkers. This is, of course, again from the Executioner. Here we go.
Here we go.
Heavy bolters rocking it
So
all kits
they're all hitting on
because
twos.
they're hitting on 2s.
Now force to wound you.
Yep. Oh, not a single
That's
one.
wound. Okay, fair enough.
Wowzers.
And then I've got my twin Icarus heavy stubber, which
Okay.
I paid for. Okay,
Can we roll the
re-roll
ones? 'Cause it is a heavy
because
weapon.
It's a heavy weapon, exactly. Cool.
No, okay.
So 4 hits, 5 and 6
5 to
wound.
wounds. Got 2 wounds
2
there.
wounds at -1.
At -1, but he counts as being in cover because he's fully within 7 inches of Blight Hauler, so basically back up to 3+ saves. And he does fail 1 there. Okay, so failing 1 save, disgustingly resilient.
I'm going to use a command point.
He's
Because
using,
I need to keep those Plague Marines alive.
He's
And I've got
using
13, so
he's
why
using
not?
a command point, and
Hey.
he's made the armor save.
Okay. Last
Mr. Beard!
I've got an Ironhail stubber. So that's one.
Ironhail Stubber. He's got
Rerolling the one.
rerolling the 1 here. That's
All
3 hits
3
there,
hits,
folks.
5
Okay.
and 6s.
That is 2 wounds.
-1 again.
-1 for Mr. Beard. He makes both.
Very nice.
2 5s. Folks, that marks the end of the Obsidian Dragon's turn 1. So he's, of course, discarding Defend Objective 6. No interest there. He does, however, have Secure Objective 3.
Hooray.
So that's 1 point. He doesn't have First Strike because he didn't destroy a unit, because that was a unit of Blight Haulers there. And he hasn't got Emperor's Retribution, aka the Iron Hands one, because, again, he didn't destroy a unit with a vehicle. So, interesting stuff. He kicks off with 1 Maelstrom point. It is now up to Mr. Beard to retaliate. It is Death Guard turn 1 coming up next. And just for a bit of fun, we will probably change up the lighting as well, because why not?
Why not?
Folks, here it is. Master the Warp, Defend Objective 6, and overwhelming firepower is what the Death Guards currently have. Plague Burst Crawlers moving out into flanking positions. A line of Poxwalkers have also moved into the car park. This is Objective 2 right here.
I did get Secure Objective 2 for one of my 6 cards.
Right.
But I needed like a 5 on the advance. And of course, I got a 5, but I didn't have the card in my hand. So I chose those 3 because they're more likely for me to get them.
That's nice, isn't it?
Defend Objective 6 is here though. So.
Now, Defend Objective 6 he's already on. So fair enough, Poxwalkers swarming there. Overwhelming firepower. That is going to be a real tricky one. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's going to be possible. I don't even know if your Myphitic Blight Haulers have a single multi-melter in range. The crack missiles will be. You'd have to have some pretty lucky crack missiles to bring down one of those vehicles, I think. But we shall see. Something to say, Mr. Bone?
I was just saying, yeah.
So, Mr. Bone has something to say, fair enough. The Poxwalkers continue to fan across into the middle of the board, and the Death Guard have tentatively moved forward. Typhus still in the centre of their battle line. Prince up here having a little swoop around, why not?
Yeah.
So, will there be a psychic phase, Mr. B?
Yes.
Yes, there will. Okay, well, let's dive right into that. That's coming up next. Okay, so Typhus is going to start off, and he is going to cast...
Miasma of Pestilence!
Ah, the Miasma of Pestilence. Who is he casting this on, Mr. Beard?
This unit of cultists, this unit of Poxwalkers here, because they are the ones that are going to defend objective 6.
Okay, casting number required, sir.
Casting number is 6.
Okay, that is a 3, that is a...
4.
It was a 4,
Yeah.
okay, fantastic. So he has successfully cast on a 7, out of denial range there, I believe, so no issues there.
Yes.
Do you have another power that you're ready to go right into?
I sure do.
Okay.
I am going to cast Gift of Contagion.
Yep.
Yeah, onto this unit of Poxwalkers here at the front.
Okay.
So this is casting value of 7.
Okay.
I am going to... I'm going to use a command point because I need to have 3 powers go off to get the D3.
You want Master of the Warp?
I do.
Okay.
I must. Okay, on an 8, that goes off.
It goes off. Okay, success there.
Success!
Great success. Okay, next. Do we have another power from
I just
someone
need to roll
else?
the D3 to see what these Poxwalkers
Of
are
course,
gifted.
of course.
By
They are
Papa
gifted.
Nurgle. A 5, so they are +1 toughness.
Ooh,
They're already
that
+1 toughness.
is not
They're
bad.
+2 toughness now.
Not bad. Very nice stats. Okay. Do you want to have a think about your next powers?
Yeah, let me choose the next.
Next up, we have Miasma of Pestilence onto the Blight Haulers. Who's casting this, Mr. Beard?
This is the Malignant Plague Caster. It's right here.
Is the Malignant Plague Caster. There
There
he
it
is. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get this off.
On a 6.
On a 6. That's a 4. That's a 1. It's a fail cast that. Okay, fair enough. Is there another power that you want to attempt?
His other power I'm going to do, I mean, it's Blades of Putrefaction, but I just need a power to go off.
Okay.
So I will cast it on this tough guy unit of Poxwalkers at the front here.
Okay, so
Because why
Super
not?
Poxwalkers.
Unit 5.
It's a 3 and a 1. Oh no, things are getting dire here. Right, folks, it is now the shooting phase. We did, of course, just realise that Beard there actually attempted to cast Miasma twice. Because he started with Miasma, put it on the Blight Haulers, and then ended up trying to do it again. He did fail, though, and all of his psychic powers that were in range are now done. So, unfortunately, he has failed to secure Master of the Warp for casting 3 powers for D3. So
I got the single point. Then.
he did get the single point. We are now in a shooting phase. Do you know what you're going to be doing, Mr. Beard?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Right, so this Plague Burst Caller, which did not move, is going to shoot at the front Redemptor over there.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go then. First, the amount of shots. It is 3 shots, not bad.
3.
Okay.
It's alright. It's okay. 4s.
Now, did he move though?
He didn't move. He moved, he did not.
Oh, okay, got you. So 1 hit there.
I can reroll the 1 because the Demon Prince is up there.
Yes. That's
Cool.
2 hits there,
2
Beard.
hits. And then 3s to wounds.
3s to wounds. Okay.
It is a plague weapon.
It is a plague weapon, so can re-roll that. Very nice. 2 wounds.
Minus 2.
Okay, 5s.
He's got a 6 and he's got a 3.
So it's D3.
1
So
wound.
just the 1.
But he's an Iron Hands vehicle.
So on a 6.
Yep.
No,
Oh,
it takes
close.
away.
But,
Yeah,
so the Redemptor does lose its first wounds. Okay, Plague Spitters are obviously out of range. Let's see what Beard does next. However, we do have a second Plague Burst Crawler, so let's see what it can do.
Hi-yo!
1 shot.
1 shot. 5 for a 6.
He keeps it. It's a
No.
miss. Okay, fair enough. We're all the way over here now, folks. We have the Death Guards just behind these Poxwalkers here. We've got 2 Blight Launchers opening up against that damaged Redemptor. Let's see what they can do.
Let's see. 2 shots each.
Okay, so 2, 4, Okay, right, so 3 hits there.
3 hits. It's to be 5 and 6s because they are strength 6.
1 wound.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Now they are plague weapons, but he didn't roll a 1.
No.
Who is your warlord?
Is that your warlord? Or
He's the warlord.
Then that's arch. And if he has arch contaminator, you can just re-roll failed wounds. There we go. So 3 wounds there.
Okay, so -2 for that, right?
-2.
Cool.
Okay, 5 again. I get 1. I failed 2.
Gets 1. Okay.
2d3.
3, 4 wounds.
So, well, actually, this one becomes 2 because of my relic.
Yep.
The Iron Stone.
The Iron Stone.
So I only take 3 wounds.
Very nice.
So, and now I can ignore that on 6s.
Okay.
Which I don't. So
Which
he takes 3 wounds.
So he takes 3 wounds there.
Puts him down
He's
to
taking
9.
some damage, but he's still pretty healthy overall. Now it's the Blight Haulers. 2 crack missiles. The multi-melters are indeed out of range, and they are smashing into this Redemptor. Can they score hits?
Let's find out. They're actually hitting on 5s because they have both moved.
They have moved.
No.
They ignore it, don't they? Because if they're
They ignore that, but
This
they're
is
not
my new
getting.
army, Beard. You just leave it with me.
But they're not getting the +1 because there's no longer 3 in the units.
Correcto.
Okay. Very nice. So
Correcto
4s.
mundo.
1 hit.
1 hit.
And the unit is not within 6 inches, or
I
is?
don't know if they are within that other one. I think they're
Oh,
going to
but
be
you've got-
just out.
Yeah,
No.
they're out.
Okay.
So
Fine.
1 hit.
Okay,
2.
that is a wound.
Minus-
Strength 8, -2.
-2.
That missile does fail that
Fail
save.
that
It's D6 damage.
D6. Hey-yo.
Could be a problem. It is 5 wounds.
Shazam.
Can ignore them on 6s.
So it goes down to 4.
Goes
because
down
of-
to 4 wounds. Yep, the Iron Stone.
And I
Does
ignore
ignore the
one,
first
so I'm
wound
down to
there. So it's
6.
another 3 wounds. 6 wounds left on
Here's
that
the graded
Redemptor.
though. Here's the graded now.
Actually, I'm not sure it is because of the Iron Hands special rule.
And with that, it is the end of the turn. Master the Warp
Master
secured.
Warp. Sadly,
1
because I
victory
failed
point.
2 or 3, I didn't get the D3,
No,
which is a shame.
and you didn't
halfway to getting Defend
defend
Objective
objective,
6.
that's true, which is down
and
here.
overwhelming firepower is up for grabs.
It's
also.
grabs. No first strike, so you are a point apiece here.
Yeah.
You're a point apiece
We're
there.
a point apiece here.
Very interesting.
It's very interesting indeed.
It's turn 2 for the Iron Hands, and funnily enough, he's now drawn Secure Objective 2. Still got the Emperor's Retribution / the Cold Fury. There we go. An overwhelming firepower now as well.
I can score a lot of points this
He
turn.
could. Now, Secure Objective 2, just as a reminder, folks, is this one here currently held by the enemy. So, Bone just said beforehand he may well bin that one. Meanwhile, we see that the advance continues. The Aggressor's now nearly in the centre of the board. I think they're still just shy of 3 inches of that centre of objective. I could be wrong. Okay, fair enough. The Intercessors back here are staying pretty much guarding their territory, and if that objective comes up, they'll be able to grab it, or if something like Supremacy comes up, that could be useful. Librarian has moved forward, and Calagon, the chapter master of the dragons, and to his left, the chaplain, and to his right, a lieutenant. The central commands, you shall fear the dragons, sir. Folks, what we're going to do now is open up with the litanies from the chaplain, yet to be named.
Yes.
And then we'll go right into the psychic phase. So, Litany, what are you doing?
So he only gets 1, and it was the Cataclysm of Fire, I believe it was called off the top of my head.
Okay.
But anyway, on a 3, I get +1 to wound. I'm going to put on the Redemptor here, and it's into the nearest models.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool. So 3+. It's a 3.
There we go.
Huzzah!
Cataclysm of Fire. Absolutely awesome. Right, are you ready to now go into your psychic phase direct, sir?
I am. Let's do
Okay,
it.
what are you casting?
So first of all, I'm going to cast Reforge onto this fillet here.
Reforge, okay.
So needing a 5.
Oh, that goes
yes,
off
that
all right.
goes
On
off,
an
very
11,
nice.
okay.
I don't think you're in denial range.
No, just a whisker out.
Unfortunately not.
I see. Well, that's a shame for you, isn't it? Right, now I need... so yeah, it gets D3 back.
Oh, 3 wounds back on that Redemptor. And now he will cast +1 to hit on this Repulsor this time.
Yeah.
Sharing the love.
Why not? It goes off on a 6.
Does go off on a 6. Okay, there we go. 2 successful psychic powers. That concludes the phase It's now onto the shooting coming up next. Here's what we've been waiting for, some aggression from the aggressors. Oh! So what we have is 4 in range.
Yeah.
2 aren't in range.
No.
So what are these 4 firing at? The Poxwalkers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This Poxwalker unit here through the Valley of Cargo Containers.
Here we go.
So here we go.
So it's 46.
46
plus...
from the Fragstorm. Then we've got the auto.
Okay, so I've got 9. What's that? 9. Oh, why can't I count?
14.
14, thank you very much. So 14 plus 24, because you can do them all at the same time.
50
is 14 plus
14 plus 24 is 38.
Let me get some dice.
Okay. Here it is, all of this fire coming through these cargo containers into the Poxwalkers. Will anything be left standing?
No!
Right.
So 3 rolling ones, because I am within range of my captain there.
Yes.
So lots of ones.
Yes, I did call him the chapter master earlier because that is what he is in our fluff. But,
but he is not.
He's currently a captain.
Yeah.
This is in the past.
Yes, of course.
It's before he becomes a chapter master.
Of course, of course, of course.
Right, that's lots of hits here. Now, luckily the strength is all the same.
Yep, that's
the toughness on that particular Walker unit is still 4.
So it will be forced to
it's not the super Walker unit, so 4's here.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Are they within 6 of a
5,
lieutenant? I do not know.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 wounds so far.
And are you within 6 of the lieutenants? It looks like he might be with that guy, but I can't quite tell.
I thought I had done it, but I may have done a shuffle. Let me just
may have been a shuffle.
There may have been a little shuffle.
Could be a problem.
He is. Yes.
He is within 6. Okay, so you can
so
reroll
20 so far.
Those 4 ones that we see here.
Yeah, well, there's another one there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 22 wounds, Beard.
22 wounds.
Pathetic!
Poxwalkers. Now, we don't have a natural armour save. I believe it's 7+.
Yes, correct.
You can't roll a 7+ on a 6-sided die.
It's impossible! It's impossible!
So, are you going to make any of the disgusting resilient saves, Mr. Beard?
Yes.
Let's find out.
24.
Do it. Mr. Beard in the house. Mr. Beard.
Wow.
Mr. Beard
That's
rolls
a lot of
1,
ones.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones.
Well, that's 8. Yeah.
But he does also roll, 5 disgustingly resilience.
Yeah, that's the
8,
unit
9,
wipes.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Dead teen.
It is now time for the Redemptor. The one with the catechism of fire.
Yeah.
On the Poxwalkers, because that means he'll get the +1 to wound on the nearest units.
Correct.
Here we go.
It was almost like I planned it!
Almost is.
Okay, so we'll start with the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon.
Yep.
3 re-rolling ones. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it fell over.
My wall.
Let's get here.
My favourite wall.
3's to wound you now. And re-rolling those ones for the lieutenant.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Cool. And the reason it became 3s, guys, is because that Poxwalker unit here was toughness 5 because of the power, the gift of contagion.
The gift of
Exactly.
contagion.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm rolling 7 dice here.
Oh!
The favoured of Nurgle. K-up! Right.
Did you save 2?
Yeah.
Did I save 2?
5 I did.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Okay, so now the small onslaught Gatling cannon.
And was that unit within range of the Plague Surgeon, by the way?
Poxwalkers don't get only death guard.
Only Death Guard. Okay,
Yeah,
very
if he
good.
had Necrosius, then he would
Yes,
get it
then
on
he
them
would.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
enough.
Okay, the small Gatling cannon. Rerolling those ones. Plus Iron Hands. Cool.
Very nice.
3s again. Rerolling that 1 because of the lieutenant. Okay, that's 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
4 wounds.
Correct.
Oh, make
there-
3 there.
One's killed.
And now, of course, the Storm Bolters.
The bolts of the storm.
I can reroll that 1 because of the captain, even though this is not a heavy weapon. Okay, cool. And then this will be 4s to wound you. Okay, 3 wounds.
K-up!
Makes 2.
Oh, no,
Fails 1.
Whoa.
Not bad though. Not bad at all. It's now executioner time, and I remind everyone at home that he is hitting on 2s.
Yes.
Splitting some fire, I believe.
Correct.
Talk us through it, Mr. Bone.
So
what are we firing first?
I'm going to fire the heavy laser destroyer. Oh, and I'll put my target protocols on this one as well.
Traits.
So he's going to fire the heavy laser destroyer as well as the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon into the mephitic black haulers.
Okay.
He's then going to fire the storm bolters, twin heavy bolters, twin Icarus Ironhail, and the Ironhail Stubber into that unit of Poxwalkers there.
Okay, so there's 7 left. Trying to finish them off. All right.
Because with the vehicles, I need to kill 3 or more to get the D3.
Yes.
So that's the plan.
So you're going for your Cold Fury Maelstrom
Cold
card.
Fury, but I'm also going for overwhelming firepower at the same time.
Of course.
So
double up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go.
Let's do it, Ben.
Here we go.
Here come the lasers. Pew pew pew. All hit. They all hit, Beard. Beard. They all hit, Beard.
He missed 4 times.
I made it very clear. I hit 4 times.
I must have missed that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can do it again. Okay, 2 wounds. 3.
Right, 2 wounds. 3 wounds.
Okay, and Calagon. Why don't you give me a cheeky re-roll of this one to get my wound up there
So
because
the
of
old
target.
warlord traits,
Yeah, let's
yes.
do it.
That's 4 wounds.
It's 4 wounds there.
Now, I do realise I think we did this wrong
We definitely
last
did.
time.
Yeah.
I don't think it mattered. I hope it didn't.
Yeah.
But we will need to resolve the damage. Any damage this weapon does 1 at a time.
Yeah.
I'm happy to put my other black hole back
I bet you would
on the
be.
table if there's some confusion.
I bet you would be.
Yeah.
I bet you would be.
Mr. Beard!
Demon saves!
Can he make some saves?
Saves with the demon!
Mr. Beard, he makes
Oh!
2. Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, okay.
Not bad. He's come out swinging. He's come out swinging. None of Mr. Beard
this is how I
practicing.
fight.
Yeah.
I learned to fight on the streets!
Fighting. Your streets must be
I
very
did.
different from mine.
Right.
Okay.
So
here we
the first
go.
one does
First
D6
one.
damage of 5.
That's 5 damage.
Would you like to make 5 disgusting resilience?
Now,
I'd love
we
to.
don't want
I'll
to
do
alarm
it.
you. He's
I'll
only
do
got
it in
4
my
wounds
sleep.
left on that
I'll
one.
do
He's
it
only
in
got
my
the 4
sleep.
wounds. He does make 1. He makes 2.
He's still
is alive.
Alright, so-
Did he fail 3? Did he? I can't see the other die.
Yes, he
Yes.
did.
Okay, so it's 1 wound left.
Okay, you ready?
Right, second
Next
damage.
one.
Is the big 6.
Could be a problem.
Beard, you would have to pass 6 disgustingly resilience here to survive. But at least that damage doesn't carry over.
No.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's
Do
very
these
dead.
little
Things
fellas
can-
blow up?
They can blow up,
Yeah,
yes.
so let's see if it blows up.
Yeah, I think it blows up on a 4. You
I
need to double
think
check that.
you're-
Don't Death Guard find it refreshing?
Only if it's Mortarion. Everyone else, they don't like it.
It's a 4!
They don't like it.
No. It's a 4. It's blown up.
Is it 1 mortal? Or is it-
Each unit within 7 inches takes 1 mortal wound.
1. Well, that would be Typhus, the 2 Death Guard units, the Plague Surgeon,
It's everything.
the Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but you do get to roll Disgusting Resilient against those. So,
Yeah.
should we do that quickly now?
Right, well let's do... So
Poxwalkers?
he's gone. So let's do... is he in reach?
I don't think he was, no.
No.
He was on the
So
far
these
right.
guys...
Yep, so Plague Marines, 1 is
Nope.
slain.
Yeah.
Second
Poxwalkers.
Plague, Poxwalkers. 1
Yeah.
is slain.
The sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Well, the malignant thingy. Ah, he's fine.
He passes.
He doesn't care. The plague surgeon.
He
Nope.
fails.
Takes a
loses
wound.
the
We've done it in a second.
Typhus.
Typhus.
He
Definitely
he
takes
can
a-
re-roll 1s though because of the Plague Surgeon. He still loses a
matter.
wound.
The
Death Guard, second
Death Guard.
units. Passes. And then
Fine.
finally the Blight Hauler as well. No.
And the Poxwalkers unit here would be in range as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sadly. Oh,
Passes.
And did you roll for this? Is a 3rd unit here. Did you roll for that one?
I don't think so.
Passes.
Very
Very
good.
nice. Okay, that is all resolved. Let's see what happens next. All right, we now have the heavy Gatling cannon to resolve. Let's see what that does.
So, choose rolling 1.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. Almost a full house. Very good.
Okay.
It will then be 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds at -1.
5 wounds at -1, you say?
Blight
Yes.
Hauler.
Is that what you say?
That's what I say.
5 wounds.
4s.
He makes every single one.
Very
what
good.
a beast! Heavy bolters coming up now. Let's see what they do into the pox walkers. Again, can we roll that 1?
Okay,
all hits.
All hits.
3's to wound. No, this is the super unit.
Yes, this is
So
4.
it's 4's to wounds. Gift of Contagion still on, so 2 wounds there. Rerolling with the
Okay,
lieutenant.
2 wounds.
Okay, 2 wounds. Disgustingly resilience. He does make 1. He fails 1. Fair. So another poxwalker is slain.
Okay, and then
What
I've
other fire?
got my twin Icarus Ironhail Stubber.
Okay.
Yes, so there's a -1 to hit on this, so it hits on 3s.
Because it's supposed to be flyers, right?
I didn't. When I shot it last turn, I didn't kill anything.
Fair enough.
Anyway, but 3's rerolling 1s. Okay, cool.
2 miss.
No
wounds.
Yeah, no wounds there.
Okay.
And then I have a normal Ironhail Stubber. 3 hits.
3 hits.
2 wounds that time, re-rolling because of the lieutenant there. 3 wounds.
3 wounds. Very nice. 1 disgustingly resilience and 2 fails.
However, that does mean that now they are toughness 4 because I'm not within 3 of tables.
Right, yes, because he's just put them away. Okay, fair enough. There we go. Next.
And then I have 2 Stormbolters. Okay, re-rolling. Very good, all hits.
It'd still count as toughness 5 for the purposes of this shooting, though. Yeah,
just
it's
for
all at the same time.
Okay, that's 2 wounds in that case.
Both failed,
Okay.
so it's another 2 poxwalkers slain. Very, very nearly killed. 2 left in the unit there. Interesting. And 3, of course. Yeah. 2 hiding behind that wall. Is that repulsor now fired?
It is, yes.
Okay, nice. Right, we now have the lieutenant with his auto bolter. 3 shots all the way over there into the poxwalker just hiding behind the wall. Here we go. All 3 hits. That
Just
is-
the 1
No,
wound.
because they are toughness 4 now.
Oh, they are toughness 4
Yes,
now? Okay,
so
that's
3
3 wounds.
wounds.
And they're damage 2. So you need to do 2.
Yeah, no, you need to do 1 at a time, but with 2 dice.
1 at a time, 2 at a time.
1 is
One's
killed.
killed.
Oh, survives.
Oh,
And the
that's-
final. 2 deads. Okay, so 1 poxwalker left, and
That
he hides
is
it behind the
amazing.
wall. It's exactly what Beard wanted.
It's as if I planned it, but didn't really plan it.
Frustrating for the dragons there. They realise that they cannot get to that poxwalker. So now this Redemptor is forced to fire at the Plague Marines.
It's not a bad
To the
target.
forwards.
The
No,
Marines
not a
of
bad
the
target
Plague.
at all.
So, rolling. This is starting with the small one first. Okay. That
Nice.
is 4 wounds at -1.
Okay, drop 1. Disgustingly resilient. I'll see.
Nice
Okay,
work.
very well done there, Mr. Beards. Okay.
Then the big daddy. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep, I can reveal those ones there. Okay, that is
3
only 3
wounds.
wounds.
And now, are these getting a cover save with that Blight Hauler, or do they have to
Have to
hold
be wholly within
Okay,
I-
got you. Wholly within 7, you say?
I think that
They might be. That's
They
a,
might be. They might.
it's a tough one, that.
Let's double
It's a
check.
real tough one.
7. Yep.
They are wholly within, no doubt about that. Okay, fair enough. So they're basically the -1. Still gives them a 3 up save.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
How many wounds, sorry?
3.
3.
Well, a 6, 6 and a 3. He passes all 3. Wow. Right, folks, it's the second Executioner. He is now opening up with a Laser Destroyer against the last of the Myphitic Blight Haulers, and then the rest of the firepower going into those Plague Marines to the 4.
Correct.
So we're doing the double shots from the Laser Destroyer first. Rerolling the 1. This one's not hitting on 2s though, so that is 1 miss. Nope, 2 misses there. Okay.
3 to wounds.
Does
That
get
is
2
2
wounds.
wounds.
Okay, we've got a 5+ invulnerable save. These demon engines remarkably resilient. That's 1 that goes through there.
Okay.
Okay, cannot kill him with that. D6, it will be a 3 damage. He may as well. No, that's sorry. Target protocols is not on that one.
No, but yeah, sorry. Correct.
I am right, and yes.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So now Mr. Beard is trying to yes, gets to only 1 wound. Beard's luck on form this game, it would seem.
Shush! It'll go away. Shut up.
And now the incredible amount of DACA just into those Plague Marines. So let's see what we got.
So heavy onslaught cannon. We're rolling that 1. Okay. 4. So that's 4 wounds minus 1. There's 1 there I can reroll. 5 wounds minus 1.
Cannons. Okay, 5 wounds minus 1.
But is it this unit?
Correct.
Yeah, so he's still got 3s.
Oh.
Which he does with hearts.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to discussingly resilient though. Can he turn it round? He saves 1, but 3 of the Plague Marines.
One in there, Nate?
Yes, Plague Surgeon can. No. Okay, so 3 Plague Marines are slain from that number, and there's still plenty more fire coming through. Let's see what he can do here.
So heavy bolters. Rerolling that 1.
Accurate.
Okay, very good.
Lots of hits. 4s to wound. That's 2 wounds
2
there.
wounds there.
Okay. Mr. Beard, 3 ups required. His right 1 goes through. Disgustingly resilient here.
Hey-yo!
Hi-yo, indeed. That is a 6. Okay. Any others? Heavy bolters?
I've done heavy bolters. So the irons, the twin Ironhail.
Okay, so this hits
is on
on
4s.
4s.
3 hits.
Okay.
5 and 6s to wound on this one. 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Minus 1.
Mr.
So many
Beard
minus 1s.
makes 1. Okay. Disgustingly resilient makes that. The Death Guard here. Okay.
And the storm bolters. Rerolling.
Okay.
4 hits.
Okay. Needs 5 to wound again. Does score 1.
Rerolling.
Okay. Rerolling the lieutenant. Nope. Still
Just
the 1.
2 up.
2 up.
Makes that. Okay. Is that the executioner fired?
Yes, with everything in range.
Guns fall silent. Interesting. See what happens next. And Callaghan uses the scope on his auto bolt rifle and targets the Plague Marines.
Yeah.
Okay, can he score any kills?
To hit.
He hits twice. He can re-roll. He is a captain of the Obsidian Dragons.
Cool.
He somehow misses. Probably a cloud of flies or something.
Of course. 5 and 6 is now.
No wounds. Okay, unfortunately, what would normally be a kill shot to the Death Guard is just a warm caress. Playtime's over. The whirring of the Gatling cannon and heavy Gatling cannon is heard. This Redemptor swings the Iron Warriors.
Oh, how dare you!
Rhino.
Not even using
Rhino hatch.
I'm not using Iron Warriors and there's a dead one.
And decides to mow down the Plague Marines, the remaining ones. So here we go.
Yeah, so small gun first, or hit.
That's nice.
Rerolling those 1s with the lieutenant. Okay, 2 wounds minus 1.
That is 1 that's gone through there. Failed, disgustingly resilient. 1 is slain.
Okay, very good. How many are left in there?
3 left.
3 left. Okay, the big gun. Rerolling that 1. Fair enough. Rerolling those 1s. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wounds.
6
and I can roll that 1 actually. No, cool. 6 wounds.
6 wounds.
Drop 2.
I'm gonna use a command point.
And the command point there for Mr. Beard.
Okay, and disgustingly resilient on the other one. Nope.
But Plague Surgeon.
Oh, the Plague Surgeon. Thank you. Nope.
No. Okay, so you do have 2 left. That's the 2 Blight Haulers, I believe, left in that Blight Launchers, even in that unit. And then
the Storm Bolters. No wins.
no
Oh,
wins.
hang on. No.
No. Okay.
Remarkably,
That's incredible.
I killed nothing.
Nothing.
I killed nothing with the vehicle.
Not with the vehicle. He did wipe out the Poxwalkers with those aggressors, but rather incredibly, the Death Guard proving very resilient indeed that turn. And the Iron Hands firepower just falling short of the mark. So that would mark the end of the shooting phase. Now there will be some morale though before we go into that. There would be a morale check required for this Death Guard unit, although I believe the Poxwalkers are fearless. So they never need to take it. So do we just want to do the morale for that that Plague Marine unit now? Before we go into the summary of the turn, because there are clearly no charges to be made. Okay, so Mr. Beards.
Did I lose all 5 this turn? Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. So you lost 5. Your leadership would now be 8 because Sergeant's dead. So, would you like to roll your d6, Mr.
I would. I'm just trying to calculate what I need.
Rolls a 5.
3.
That would be a problem. So, do Heretic Astartes get the reroll?
No. They don't.
They do not.
I guess I could use a command point, couldn't I?
You could use a command point. You could still use 2 command points as well to auto pass, I believe.
Before I roll, don't I?
Oh, is that before you roll, is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll use command point just in case I can roll low.
He rolls a 1. That passes for certain. No issues there. Okay, so then we summarise the turn. What did you end up getting?
I got overwhelming firepower for a point.
But just for the point, because he failed to kill more than the 1 unit. And there it is. Mr. Beard drops the big defend objective 6. Boom! That one there, the Poxwalker's sitting very happily on it. So what we have now is a situation where Mr. Beard has 3 points. And Mr. Bone has 2 points, I believe. Okay, very interesting. Let's see what happens then in the Death Guard turn that's coming up next. Here we go, it's Death Guard turn 2. Supremacy, Secure Objective 2 and Defend Objective 2 are the cards that he has chosen to put in play / draw in the Schemes of War mission. Now, to remind you folks, that is Objective 2 here. He's now got the Plague Burst Crawler sitting squarely on it. Poxwalker, that cheeky one that was hiding behind the wall, is now hiding behind the Plague Burst Crawler. Meanwhile, over here, we do have the Death Guard force now tentatively moving forward yet again. So he is keen to start bringing some, I suppose, aggression towards the enemy here. One of the princes has flown forward, is sitting on objective 1, and we can see that Beard will be getting supremacy this turn because he's got 1, 2 and 3 objectives in hand.
And luckily, if I decide to charge in, I'll still be on objective 1.
Right. However, the prince is obviously right out in the front here. So has got very much a big target painted on his head. Let's see if a combination of psychic and some firepower can start thinning the Iron Hands lines, because whilst the Iron Hands didn't have a tremendous shooting phase last term, they also haven't really been hurt much at all. So the whole army is very much intact. So it's down to the Death Guard here to start laying some blows, I think. Let's see what happens. It's the Psychic phase coming up next. We're kicking off this Psychic phase with the Demon Prince into the Aggressors. Now, I think I did mistakenly say they had an increased toughness in the Marine Codex before. I did actually mean wounds. The 3 wounds, they're already toughness 5, exactly. So here we go. Smite.
Smite!
Smitten. 6, 7, 8, 9 is the magic number here.
Do you care to deny?
I'm just seeing what else I'm in range of, if anything. I'm not. Are there any other thing I'm in range of?
This Demon Prince you are.
Yeah, he's in.
No, actually, I'm not.
He's just out.
So it's the only thing I'm in range of. So yes, I will attempt to deny.
He attempts to deny. Oh, it's a 10. He does.
Yeah.
The dragons deny you. The second prince now, however, will cast Smite also. Let's see if this can go off.
Yes.
That is a 10 there, folks. It is a definite cast, and the denial has been used. It's 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
Iron Hands, though, ignoring wounds on 6s here. No, not this time. So where that would have killed an aggressor before, now 1 is still alive on 1 wound. Do we know what the next power will be, Mr. Beard?
Let me have a little think.
Okay. Miasma of Pestilence from Typhus now into this Demon Prince.
Yes.
Did it need a 7?
He's a 6.
Okay, well that is a success. There it goes. Miasma of Pestilence. Do we know what we're doing next?
Next, he is a bit too far away to smite, sadly.
Okay.
So we're going to put The Gift of Contagion
Gift of
on
Contagion.
to him as well.
Okay, so he's powering up that central prince.
Why not?
Fair enough.
Needing a 7. Oh,
Gets a 10, no issues there.
So,
Okay.
on the D3, he is plus one
Plus 1 toughness. Wowzers.
He's tough.
Very nice. We're now kicking off with the shooting phase, folks. We have the Black Hauler firing at the damaged Redemptor. So, it is within range of both of its weapons now.
Sure is. So we'll start off with the crack missile.
Crack missile.
On a 4.
Hits.
It's a hit.
That's a failed wound on a
Failed
1.
wound. I am so early to be using a command point in the shooting phase. But it is D6 wounds. And I need to kill some stuff. I'm going to do it. Why not? No, I thought about it for too long. There we go. Splendid.
We move on to the multi-melter.
The multiple melter.
Multi-melter,
No.
multi-nisser. PBC, opening up against the same Redemptor. Here we go.
D6.
Mortar. 6 shots.
Oh!
Respectable.
Could be a problem.
Could be.
5s and 6s though.
5s and 6s because he did.
Sorry, also the heavy stubber's going into the aggressors.
Sure.
I forgot to mention that.
He does hit twice.
Reroll the 1 because I am
Reroll the
within 6 of
1.
the
He
demon.
still
No.
hits twice. Can he wound? 3s. He can wound both times.
Okay.
The Redemptor. Fails both saves there.
2d3.
Okay, so you've done 2 damage because of
The Iron Stone. Yep.
So 6 is to ignore. No.
That's failed both.
Okay,
so
it's
that's
down
2
to
wounds
7.
back down. Okay, fair enough. And then heavy stubber.
Heavy.
Or heavy slugger
Heavy
even.
slugger. Sorry. The slugger of the heavy variety.
2 hits.
And reroll the 1 because the demon prince. 3
3
hits. 5s and 6s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds on the aggressors. If he
2
does
wounds,
fail
yeah, minus
saves
1.
here, it would kill 1.
Okay,
Does
so
fail
for
1.
6 though.
No, so one aggressor
One
is
aggressor is
slain. Okay, fair enough. That is that. Complete. Now this Plague Burst Crawler will be opening up against the exact same Redemptor. He's trying to kill his first target here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'll do the heavy slugger first of all. Into
slugger,
the aggressors.
No hits.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, and then d6 on the mortar. Just the
Just
one.
the one this time.
5 or a 6.
Misses.
No.
Okay,
That was
both
good.
Plague Burst Crawlers have fired. The Myphitic Blight Hauler has fired. Just Plague Marines left. Let's see if we can do anything. Right, so we're going to come down to the 2 Blight Launchers left in that first Plague Marine unit. Again, going into the Redemptor here.
Indeed. Right, 3s. Reroll the 1.
Okay.
Can't roll those 2s though. Oh.
Only 1 hit.
6s.
Does wound
So
though.
wound. Minus 2.
Okay. Does fail that save.
Okay, d3.
It's just the 1.
Just the 1. 6.
Fails, so he loses another. He's down to 6 wounds.
Correct.
Okay. Do you know what you're going to be firing next, Beard?
I sure do.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is, with this unit here, 3 of the Plague Marines were in rapid fire range because they have an 18-inch rapid fire.
Yep.
2 are not, so those are going to fire into the aggressors,
Okay.
and then the Blight Launchers are going to fire into the Redemptor.
Okay, so we are opening with
Bolters first.
Bolters first.
Move
on to 1.
Okay, just the 1 miss, and then 5 and 6s. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Very nice. Okay. Both failed. Interesting. Oh, both failed. Forgive me, the aggressors are still 3+ save, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, yes, fine. Okay, so they did indeed both fail. Alright, so 1's on 1 wound left, and now we've got the Blight Haulers, or Blight Launchers rather.
Isn't 1 already on 1 wound left?
No, you already killed him.
Yes, you killed
Oh.
him. You killed him, Beard.
Sorry, I just see counters and then it helps my
Okay.
brain.
Okay.
Right, Blight Launchers.
Wow, 3
3
hits
hits.
there. Okay.
They're
Triple
marked for
six.
death.
666. No, you're within Arch Contaminator range.
Oh,
So you can
indeed.
reroll all of those failed wounds. You do get 1 wound out
1
of that.
wound.
Okay.
Can he save? He does make his first save.
Yay.
Okay,
Nice.
fair enough.
First
It
save.
had to happen eventually, didn't it? So that is the Plague Marines fired over here on this flank. There's 1 unit left. Let's see what Beard decides to do. Right, folks, it's the same as before. These Plague Marines will fire at the aggressors here. Meanwhile, the Blight Launchers will go for the Redemptor. So here
I'd
we
like
go.
to finish him off. Bolters first. Reroll the ones. Okay. And then 5 and 6s. 2 wounds.
Okay. He's fine.
Very good. And the blight launches.
Rerolling the 1. 3 hits this time.
Okay.
5's. Got 2 wounds, can reroll that. Arch Contaminator's in effect. No, still 2 wounds.
2 wounds, okay.
Okay.
Huzzah.
Does make one,
Make
fails
one.
2 wounds.
Ironstone.
So Ironstone.
I hate the Ironstone.
Yes.
Yes.
And-
Okay, so he's down to 5.
Okay, down to 5 wounds. Very nice.
Folks, the unthinkable is happening. The Demon Prince is planning to weather the Boltstorm,
The firestorm of the aggressors. A charge has been declared. Discharge phase. There is a lot of dice
There's
coming
a
this
lot
way.
of dice.
They shoot
There's
twice.
a method behind the madness. I mean, there's a chance he's not going to die. But if I don't do this now, he's going to get shot at in the same way at full BS.
Yeah.
So the only problem is if he's dead, I don't get supremacy. So it's
Yeah.
a bit of a risk.
So-
I like taking risks.
Could be a problem.
Right, so effectively I get 60 shots followed by 10d6 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Woo! So we're
Here
going to
we
do
go.
30 to start with. And
So you can reroll 1s and the
ones
6s are hits.
here.
You can see several
another
6s
one.
already.
Okay, cool. So I've got 1, 2, 7, 8 hits. Shall we just resolve these as we go along for ease's sake?
Yep.
Sure. So 5s and 6s to wound, re-rolling any 1s in
Got
here.
3 wounds so far.
Cool.
3 wounds.
So 3 wounds in the first batch of 30.
So 3 saves.
Drops
He
2.
does fail 2, disgustingly resilient.
No.
Oh,
wait,
2 wounds down on that prince. Could be a problem.
All right,
Okay,
second
so-
batch of 30.
Second batch of 30 here. Nerves. Hi. Beard suddenly very
Could
silent.
have gone worse.
Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
6 hits, 5's the wound. 2 more wounds there, Beard.
And wait, it is
Still
2 more wounds.
Mr. Beard.
2 wounds.
Mr. Beard. Fails 1. Mr. Beard. Saves it with disgustingly resilient. Alright.
Okay, now it's 10d6.
Now it's 10d6 shots.
Shots.
Oh, God.
That's a lot of shots.
So that's 10.
Let's let him work out those dice. There is the prince now. He's got 6 wounds left. 44 shots in Bone's hands. Here.
Yes.
Mr. Bone.
Oh, it's a lot
my
of sixes
goodness
there.
gracious me.
That's a lot of 6s.
Oh, it's a lot of 6s there.
Could be a problem.
Could be.
And it's not even done yet.
Everything okay there,
Can we
Beard?
roll
Yeah,
these
absolutely
ones?
fine.
Oh,
So
that's
4
nice.
more. Gosh.
Let's get these hits.
Okay, then 5's to wound. That's the only saving grace here, that it's not super easy to wound. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh. I'd like that roll again, please. Okay,
Looks
so
like it's
so
1, 2,
far I've
3,
got
4, 5 wounds I can see
5
there.
wounds so far, but I do have some 2 1s here to complete the circle.
Okay, it is
1
6
wound
wounds.
for each that you have left, Beard.
6.
Do what you do best.
6.
6. Roll 6 1s. Oh.
Oh, he's passed all but 1 and he's got disgustingly resilient. Can Mr. Beard finish it off with another save?
Yeah.
It's off the board!
Yeah.
Mr. Beard!
No.
That was a 4! Mr. Beard representing the Garden of Nurgle and all of its denizens. He is attempting to make this charge. He needs a 6. Mr. Bone trying to oogie boogie him out.
No!
He got a 9. It is a success.
Why do you curse me?
There we go, he's made it. It's 8 attacks now due to hateful assault. He's hitting on 2s, he's re-rolling 1s. He is a prince, the Prince of Demons.
The Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons.
Okay, Mr. Beard,
Yes.
rolling to hit. 1 miss, re-rolling. That's a hit.
Lovely.
Right, strength is 7.
Strength 7.
So 3s. Okay. Very good. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds there. I keep wanting to think that they're plague weapons, but they're not.
Sadly not.
So nothing
They're
like that.
not gooey malefic
They're not
talons.
gooey, no. So 6 wounds at -2.
Okay, here we go.
It's made 2.
Make 2.
It's failed 4.
4 go
They're
through.
2 damage a pop.
Okay, so on
the
the
first,
first
on the one that's got 1
one,
wound left, he is dead.
He's killed. Okay, then I've got
Then you've
4
got
more
4
to go.
wounds on the next one.
So
Okay,
2
and
go
then the
through.
next. Okay, so
so
basically
another
2
two.
aggressors are slain.
2 aggressors are
Because
slain.
they are 3 wounds a pop.
Yes.
So he loses 1 and then he loses 3. 3 aggressors still left alive though, not bad. So there we have it, 2 are killed. Now we just realised we made a big mistake. Sorry, I'm just getting back into the swing of things. I haven't been playing for a while. I've been very, very busy actually organising this entire studio and the move.
Yeah.
However, with the new Devastator Doctrine, it's a minus, an additional minus on those heavy weapons. So those heavy Gatling cannons will actually be -2. So I think we've looked at it. Actually, probably would have made a difference against these Plague Marines. It means that I think it would have been more likely that those 2 Plague Marines would have been killed, so Bone would have killed them.
Yeah.
We're going to play on now as if Beard just rolled his disgustingly resilient like a boss.
Yeah, it's sorry, guys. It's because I've been so focused on the supplement.
Yeah, on the
I
Iron
forgot-
Hands
Yeah,
rules.
on the
You've
Iron
got the
Hands
basic
rules.
Devastator Doctrine.
I've got the basics.
Which
of
so
that.
did I.
Yeah, so, sorry about that.
That's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
But I think we've caught it early enough because, frankly, it wasn't relevant against the Blight Haulers who had a 5-up invuln anyway. And you were firing at them with your heavy laser destroyers. And it didn't matter against Boxwalkers because they didn't have a save. So we've just gotten away with it, but we will remember it in subsequent turns.
Of course.
Now,
Right.
the aggressors do get to hit back.
Yeah, so I get.
There's 3 of them.
They're 3 text base. And the
3 of them there.
4.
Could be a big old
Plus,
problem here
I
if he
get
kills
an
you.
additional 3 attack for shock assault. So that's a whole bunch of attacks back, actually.
Yes.
Now you've got miasma of pestilence on there, right?
Yeah, so it's 5 and 6s to hit.
Okay, so I'm still within reroll 1s to hit range, but I'm out of my wounding range.
Yes,
there.
correct.
So okay, so it'll be 5s rerolling 1s here.
He's got a few hits though, goodness gracious me.
Bosh. Okay, so that is 6 hits in total. It's now 3s to wound. Okay, that's 4 wounds there.
4 wounds.
So you
4
need your demon
wounds.
saves.
5 and 6s.
He makes 1.
3 go through.
This
I'm
could-
going to use a command
He's
point.
going to use a command point here.
Yes!
He does get it. It's big. That's big, people. I'm telling you.
Okay, here we go.
2 go through. Damage.
D3.
It's
so
3
it's
for 5
5.
wounds.
That's how many he's got.
That is how many he's got. He needs disgustingly resilient at least once to go off. Mr. Beards does get 1 and 2.
2. Very good.
So 3. 3 wounds. Go through. He's got 2 wounds left there, folks.
Sweating.
That means that he is still alive. He is still alive. He has engaged the aggressors. That is something very, very interesting. Does that conclude the end of the turn?
Maybe. I think I have a stratagem that lets me fight twice in the fight phase.
In my turn?
Let me double check that.
Hope not.
Yep.
Honor the chapter.
Honor the chapter. The dragons fight again. 3 CP down. Can they finish this prince and stop him from holding supremacy? It's 5s to hit. This could be a big problem. He's re-rolling those. Both
Okay,
miss.
that's fine. I've hit you 5 times.
Oh,
wounded
2
you
wounds.
twice
And
there,
he's not within
Beard.
range of the lieutenant. Mr. Beard needs a miracle here. Mr. Beards does pass 1. He could survive
One
this.
goes through. How many wounds do you have left?
2 left.
He's got 2 left. He's got 2 left. He only rolls a 1.
I'm rolling using a CP.
He's using his CP.
2.
Oh, it's 1 for each wound. Beard needs at least 1 disgustingly resilient save to continue and hold this supremacy.
Die!
This
already
is
used
a
the
critical
command point,
roll.
haven't I?
Can
Yes, already
Mr.
used the
Beard
command
survive
roll.
with the Prince?
Die!
The Prince of Demons.
Yes!
He's ready to use the CP. Folks, it was a big blow as we pan across the Death Guard army here. The Prince, a smouldering crater where he once stood, as he has been obliterated and sent back to the warp by the aggressors. My goodness, what a unit. And honor the chapter on there. 4 CP to get that kill, but it is denied Beard's supremacy. Now at the end of the turn, he still does, however, have secure objective 2, which is under the Plague Burst Crawler, and he is halfway towards defending objective 2. So, Mr. Beard, how many victory points does that put you on in total now?
Puts
4.
me on 4, yes.
And Bone is still on 2. You haven't secured any in his turn, have you, Mr. Bone?
No.
Okay, so we go into the dragons next. Let's see what they draw. Let's see what they can do. An interesting turn in this game. This is how it's going down, folks. Still got Cold Fury in place, aka Emperor's Retribution. Defend Objective 1, which is the one in the center of the board, and Supremacy himself. The dragons move forward here, starting to swarm the center of the battlefield, right near the curve in this road system here. The aggressors are now holding Objective 1. Intercessors are just behind them. Redemptor giving support, and Calagon, the Chaplain, the Lieutenant, and the Librarian in between those 2 executioners. Meanwhile, over here, the Redemptors have moved over to, of course, this Plague Burst Crawler could be a big problem for him. So, with that in mind, are there any litanies that have been chanted this time?
The litany has been chanted onto this fella here because he's still got 10 points, so he's actually not degraded at this point.
Okay.
So on a 3 that will go on. It does. So
it does.
The closest unit to him, he gets +1 to win.
Catechism of Fire, nice. Very nice.
And then yeah, we'll just need to do some psychic.
Okay, psychic coming up next then. Right, Reforge on the damaged Redemptor.
Here we go. Goes off.
Goes off.
Deny me, because the only person I was able to deny was that prince.
Oh, okay.
So he takes D3.
So he gets 2 wounds back.
To 7.
Okay. Terribly resilient. Okay.
And I'm going to put the +2 to hit on, +1 to hit on this guy.
Yep.
Goes off on an 11.
That does go off on an 11. Okay, another perfect psychic phase. Goodness me, the Iron Hands, just so resilient, aren't they? But also deadly accurate. And to think that we had the Devastator Doctrine wrong, because those heavy Gatlings are -2, the heavy bolters are -2. Oh, I'm starting to feel sick to my stomach. Let's see what happens in the shooting phase. That's coming up next. We're opening with the big guns. This Executioner is firing his Laser Destroyer at the Mythic Blighthauler. And then everything else, where's that going?
And then we'll put the heavy Gatling into the unit of 2 Marines here, and then all of the other guns into this unit here.
Okay, got it.
Okay, here we go. So we'll start with the laser, because again I've moved under half, so hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Okay, 4 hits. 2 wound. All wounded.
Wow.
Okay.
All saved. Nope.
None. No,
right, so there is only one.
Yeah, there's only one left, so you can just do this at the same time.
I may as well try and reroll that because I can't. Okay, got one more. So I've done 19 wounds.
19 wounds on a 6 wound Mythic Blighthauler. Oh my goodness. Okay, can he make any saves?
How many?
Disgustingly resilient.
19.
Beard, if anyone can do it, it's you.
Mr. Beard.
No, he's dead.
You're dead, Beard.
Did he finish rolling?
Does he blow up?
Oh no.
Yes,
of course he
does
does.
blow up. Okay.
Does.
Fair enough. That's going to be a mortal wound on a lot of different units around there.
Okay, so this one.
Ferris is disgustingly resilient, so
one's dead.
dead.
This one, no. One dead.
Okay.
The Plague Surgeon.
Plague Surgeon.
He
loses another wound. Poxwalkers survive.
Brilliant.
Prince.
Prince
survives.
Demon Prince. No, can reroll because of the. No, that's just for infantry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that unit over there. Yeah,
passes.
Fine. And Typhus. No, he takes another one as well.
Okay, ouch, brutal stuff.
Oh dear.
Okay, now we have the Gatling on the single Marine left there with the Blight Launcher.
Okay, all hits.
All hits, and this time it's still falls the wound.
Reroll that one. Okay, so these are at -2. Let's do this properly now. So that's 8 wounds at -2.
Yep, and no cover save anymore for him, so 5s. It's a valiant effort, but that's 3, 4, 5 that have failed. He needs to make 5 disgustingly resilient here. No, he is dead. That is a Plague Marine unit white. Okay. Heavy bolters into the Plague Marines now. Here we go.
Rerolling the ones. Okay, all hit. 2 wounds.
Two
-2 though.
Both failed.
Okay.
This past 1 though, so
Yep.
1 Plague Marine killed there. Okay.
Cool. And then the twin Ironhail. So this will be hitting you on 3s. You roll a 1. Okay. I think it's. Oh, I've got to check the toughness. Hang on, strength. Sorry, give me a sec.
Your Ironhail as well hits on 4s, right? Oh no, did you give the
Because this is
plus
the
1?
one that's
Yes,
got the
of
plus 1.
course. Okay.
So
Fair enough. Okay. Right, so it's 5s to wounds.
We can reroll those ones. Just the lieutenant there.
Okay.
So
And
that's 3 wounds at -2.
3 wounds. And then. Okay.
Kill.
1 is slain.
And I'm not sure I was in range with my storm bolters originally. Oh no, definitely. Okay.
He's
storm
in range.
bolters. So 4 shots. All hit.
Yep.
Roll that.
Okay.
No wounds.
No wounds.
And then the I've got the Ironhail Stubber on there as well.
Okay.
Roll that 1. Okay, 2 hits. Re-rolling.
A lot of rerolls here for those.
Yep, so another wound of -2.
He does fail that. Disgustingly, no. Another one slain. They're starting to drop like flies here, and I do not intend a pun when I say that. Right, the Redemptor that will not die now opens up with his heavy Gatling. Don't forget he's got Catechism of Fire on there from
The
Litany.
litanies there.
Yep, okay, so what's he firing at?
So he's going to put his big cannon into this unit
Yep.
here, and then the small one into the bigger unit over
Okay, here we go then.
Because if I kill this unit now, I'll get D3 for Cold Fury.
Right.
Okay, rerun the 1. Very
Okay.
good. So get rid of those 2s. Now with the +1 to wound, it will be 3s. Okay.
Ouch, ouch, ouch,
So that's
ouch.
9 wounds at -2.
Goodness me, okay.
Oh.
Let's see what the situation is saying now.
Tough. Okay, so.
And -3 you said?
-2.
-2, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 have passed. Do you get 3 disgustingly resilience, but that is 2 that have gone through 2 Plague Marines?
No, it's on this unit here.
Yeah,
Oh, is that
so
unit? Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
that unit's wiped.
At unit, well, there's 1 left alive, I believe. Because
Oh,
there's
is
3
there?
Plague
Oh, right,
Marines,
okay,
yeah,
right.
so 1 is left alive.
One is left alive.
Okay, and then next.
And then there's 6. So I would have put my storm bolters into that smaller unit as well.
Okay.
In that case. So the 6 are on the bigger unit. Re-rolling. Okay, all hits. Can re-roll lieutenant's just there. Cool. So that is it's because he gets the. That's actually an interesting point.
Right.
Because it's the litany says it has to be at the closest unit. This unit would have been the closest unit, so I'm assuming I have to fire everything at it, or do I just not get the +1?
Well, I think
to
you can
wound
still
on this?
split your fire,
I just wouldn't get the +1.
but you wouldn't
to
get the
wound on
+1 to wound on the
Fine.
other one.
Okay, that's cool. So
Exactly,
in that
yeah.
case, I just get 3 wounds
3
on
wounds.
the other one.
Okay. Was there a minus?
Still -2, yeah.
Oh dear.
Triple 1,
Woo!
followed by 2 saves and a
two
fail.
saves,
So
nice.
1 Plague Marine slain there, okay. Fair enough. And then the Storm Bolters.
Yes. Rerolling the ones because the captain is there.
Yep.
Okay. And this will be forced to wound you. Rerolling the ones because the lieutenant. 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
No minus though.
1 fail passed. Okay, so
Yeah.
1 is killed. That is the
Right.
last one.
That's the D3.
That's the second unit of Plague Marine slain. This is starting to look grim. And just when you think it's over, you realise there's another Executioner.
Yeah.
He's basically firing everything at these Plague Marines, bar the actual Executioner cannon, which will go into this Plague Burst Crawler here.
Correct.
So opening with that first.
Yes. I've hit you all of the
Look,
times.
everybody, they all hit. And then
so if we
2
did you
wounds.
twice. No, that's fine. I've wounded
okay,
you twice.
2
That's
wounds.
Cool. Okay.
Can the
so,
Sibiad make a save?
I get they
5
don't.
up demon saves.
He makes 1.
Okay,
He
we go.
fails
That's a
1.
good trick.
Damage.
D6. So
4.
wounds.
Okay, so disgustingly resilient here now. on that Plague Burst Crawler. He makes 2, not bad. 2 wounds down on the PBC. We then have all of the other firepower at the last Plague Marine unit.
Yeah, so let's start with the heavy bolters. Okay, rerolling the 1. Cool, force to wound. 2 wounds at -2.
2 wounds at -2. Okay.
Hey.
Makes both. Very nice. Okay.
Okay, the Onslaught Gatling cannon.
Okay.
Rerolling that because I'm lieutenant. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds at -1.
5 wounds.
Sorry, who was attending the Plague Marines?
Yeah.
-2, isn't it?
-2, of course.
Devastating, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, fails 4.
Ooh.
Passes 1 disgustingly resilient, but that is 3 of the Plague Marines slain. It is starting to become dire here. The next.
Okay, the the equivalent, the Space Marine equivalent.
Yes.
2 hits. No wounds. Okay, and then finally the one that you're supposed to shoot at aircraft. Okay, -1 to hit with everything.
Yep.
But I wounded with nothing.
Wounded with nothing. Okay, fair enough.
I don't think my Storm Bolters are in range. In fact, I know they're not. So that's him shot.
Okay, Executioner down. Aggressor still to fire. Some Intercessors still to fire. Let's see what happens. We're on to the Aggressors now, funnily enough. Only 2 can see, and they're firing at the Plague Marines that are there.
Yes.
So here we go.
So first of all, 2d6 extra shots. So it's 5. So, okay. So 5 plus 12. Threes. Ooh. I am within reroll
Yes,
ones because I
you've
moved
gone.
my captain up there. Luckily. Okay, that's a bit better. 5s now.
2 wounds.
2 wounds there.
Mr. Beards. 1 pass, 1 failed. Disgustingly resilience.
Hey,
Passes.
nice
Nice
work.
work. Primaris now firing into these Plague Marines.
Yeah, so I've got 1 in rapid fire range and 4 not. So what I'll do is I'll do the I'll go 1 to fire crack grenade into them
Okay,
as well.
auxiliary
So we'll
grenade
start
launcher.
with we'll start with the rapid fire bolters. So that would be 6 shots now. Sorry, that took me a while to figure that out.
Oh, 4 wounds, grim.
-1.
4 wounds, wowzers. Oh, and he's failed 3 saves,
dear.
Beard.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Does pass 2 disgustingly resilience though, but it's
Okay.
another Plague Marine killed.
Okay.
Just the blight launchers left.
So there.
Auxiliary
this is the
grenade,
crack
that's a
grenade.
hit. That's
That
a
is a
wound. -1. That is a save though on a
Okay,
4.
very
Okay.
good.
This unit of Intercessors now firing at the Poxwalkers, which are over here, rolling 2 hits.
Rerolling that 1. Okay. 4s because of typhus. So 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
3 disgusting resilient saves. Cool. 2
Right.
roll down.
Fair enough. 2 Poxwalkers slain. This would enter now Gatling cannon into this Poxwalker and Onslaught, the heavy Onslaught Gatling cannon into these 2 Blight Launcher Marines. So this is the
Okay,
smaller
so
one.
small one. 3 wounds.
3 wounds. And nope, that is a dead Poxwalker.
Yes.
Then
Should
the
have
heavy,
been dead a long time ago, Beard.
and then the heavy Onslaught Gatling cannon.
Yeah.
Mr. Bone.
Okay. Right. Okay, so that is 6 wounds.
6 wounds, you say?
Yeah.
-2. Only 1 save. 4 disgustingly resilience here.
5.
5 in. Absolutely. No, that's the
No.
unit wiped. All of the Plague Marines
Oh,
obliterated
no.
by the withering
Wow.
fire of the Iron Hands. My goodness. It's nearly over, folks. The final Redemptor, the Plague Burst Crawler, firing everything at him. Okay. Stand 5s to wounds. It's got 2 wounds there.
No.
1, 2.
Save 1.
1 has been saved. It's got 9 wounds left, and then the smaller. Okay. 4 hits there. 5s to wounds. 2 more wounds. -2. 5s to save. 1 save and 1 failed. Disgustingly resilient. Another wound down. He's down to 8.
And the storm bolters.
And the storm bolters. All but 1. 6 hits the wound this time. 1 wound.
No minus.
No, it's a fail. No, let's go through.
Oh, goodness gracious me. 7 wounds left. That concludes, I believe, the shooting portion of this turn. And my goodness, was it brutal. And that brings us, folks, to the charge phase. Redemptor number 1 is charging the Plague Burst Crawler. So he's got 2d6 automatic hits here in the Overwatch. That's 9 hits there. Very good.
That's alright, I'll take that.
Strength 7, toughness 7. It is a plague weapon, so it's currently wounding you on 4s, rerolling 1s. Oh! Those 4 1s. Oh my goodness. Mr. Beard. Only 2 wounds. Oh dear. Right.
Save. I make them both.
And he makes them both. Right, can he make the charge?
Hang on, I've got more guns yet.
That's true.
Yeah, you just
That's
get this.
true.
You can't fire
Because
the,
it's too
the
close.
mortar.
What if I really want to, though?
Well, you're not allowed.
He's got 1 hit. He's got 1 wound.
Hey!
He's got 1 save. Okay, now to make the charge. 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll do it. He's now made contact. The Plague Burst Crawler can no longer overwatch. Bad news, everybody. And then we have the second Redemptor. Is he going in?
Oh yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, and he is going in also. So 2 Redemptors into that Plague Burst Crawler. That could be really bad news. This is it. We're in the fight phase, folks. Both the Redemptors, we've just decided to just do them at the same time. Beard has said he's not going to bother interrupting.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Okay.
Can they hit?
So hitting you. I'm just making sure there's no minuses with these fists. Redemptive fists.
I think so.
There is
Sure
none.
there isn't. Yeah.
Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, it's a nice spread of hits.
Okay.
And now it will be 3
3 to
wound
wound.
you.
Okay, that's 4 wounds.
So that's 4 wounds at minus
Minus is 3.
3, correct?
And I think it's damage D6.
Correct.
Which I'd often prefer damage 3, but there it is.
But here we are.
Okay,
he's
so
made 1
he's
save.
he's made 1. Okay,
Yep.
so
So
3d6
3d6.
damage. Oh,
13.
13. Oh, goodness gracious me. Truly is unlucky that for Beard. Right, okay, 5s to save here. Disgustingly resilience. Has he failed more than 7 or more than 6? Oh no.
Yeah.
It's destroyed.
Ooh.
Does the Plague Burst Crawler explode?
No,
Does he
it
have a
doesn't.
decency to blow up?
Don't you have a stratagem
He
that
does
makes
have a
it
stratagem
explode?
to make him auto explode.
Do it, Beard! Do it!
Okay.
So he auto explodes. I believe is it D6 or is it D3? Let's double check. Okay, it is D3 mortal wounds, so D3 on this one.
Hiya! Oh.
1, D3 on this one. 1,
Oh.
and he can ignore the on
Okay,
6s.
so 6 and 6. Hey!
Yay.
This this is an interesting game suddenly.
Yeah, so that marks the end of the turn. I think we've just encountered just how nasty the Iron Hands can be.
Yeah,
And that's without the Iron Father.
Yeah.
Now, why don't we conclude the rolling on these cards, because you did just get some objectives there, didn't you, Mr.
Yeah,
Bone?
so the D3
Cold Fury,
here.
because it's the Iron Hands equivalent.
Yeah, so
He's
we've got
got
3
3 points.
For the
Supremacy. 3 points. 6
So it's
points.
6 points.
And then you're halfway towards defend objective 1.
Correct, and
How
so-
many points does that put you on?
So yes, that'll put me on 8 in total. And now there's a stratagem which you will use. I'm just going to double check how
Okay.
this works to make sure I've got it right. So this is called Mnemonic Auto 7.
Yep.
So use this stratagem at the end of the turn after achieving a tactical objective. If an Iron Hands Warlord from your army is on the battlefield, which it is, do not discard the tactical objective. At the start of the next turn, it is once again active. You can only use this stratagem if the mission you are playing. So what I would do is cool. I will keep Supremacy in play.
You're going to keep Supremacy in play.
Yeah.
So you can now score Supremacy again.
Yeah, essentially.
But obviously not this turn.
No.
But if you hold 3 objectives again next turn,
Yep.
you will get another D3
I'll
points.
get another D3 points.
How many victory points are you on, Beard?
4.
As the smoke begins to clear, what's left of the Death Guard emerge in turn 3. This is a summary. The Prince buzzes along on those drone turbines here towards the Redemptors. Beard has got, objective-wise, big game hunter, so he's going to try and finally kill a Redemptor. No prisoners, and hold the line. So effectively now he's trying to do some housekeeping, remove the enemy from his deployment zone. But let's face it, guys, with 2 Repulsor Executioners, another Redemptor, some Aggressors and Intercessors swarming into the centre of the battlefield, this is looking not very hopeful. However, it is a game of dice. Sometimes things can happen. We shall see.
If nothing else, it might be a moral victory.
It might be a moral victory. So, Mr. Beard, do we want to go straight into the psychic phase?
Yes.
Okay, what are we casting?
So we're going to start off with the Typhus. Typhus is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on the Demon Prince.
Very good.
Okay. Goes
off on a 9.
I am not in range to deny.
He is not.
Yeah. And then he's going to do a smite.
Smites.
Hey!
That
7.
goes off on a 7.
D3.
Okay. That is the 3 mortal wounds on that Redemptor.
6.
He does ignore one of them. Iron Hands. Okay. So that is down to 10 wounds now. Any other psychic this turn?
Yeah, the Plaguecaster, he's going to do Gift of Contagion into Demon Prince, then smite again into him.
Very good.
So Gift of Contagion goes
9.
off on a 9, and then, which one's that? Gift of Contagion?
D3.
That's the D3 one, isn't it? That is +1.
It's not toughness this time.
No, it's not. I think it's attack. I'll check in a minute.
Okay.
Smite into the Redemptor. On a 6,
That would
it
go
does
off.
go off.
D3. It's another 2 mortal
2.
wounds. And that is another 2 that go through. So 8 wounds left on that Redemptor now.
And then the Demon Prince, 1 more smite. No.
That does fail. Okay, fair enough. Psychic phase is concluded. Shooting coming up next.
Well,
and by the way, folks, just when you thought the Iron Hands didn't have enough rules, it actually turns out that we made a mistake here because they Overwatch on 5s.
yeah.
They just Overwatch on 5s.
I've made a slight. I am really sorry, everyone. I've made a slight meal of the rules this game, but it hasn't seemed to matter.
No. That just would have meant that that Prince would have been horrifically hurt.
Yeah.
By charging. But there we go. That's what it is for the moment.
Yeah.
So, right, we're back into the Death Guard's shooting phase. What is firing here?
Right, let's do the Plagueworks Crawler into
the Redemptor.
The Splitters first.
Oh yes. 12 automatic hits. That is promising. 4s to wounds, and he is in Arch Contaminator range now, the Prince being the Warlord, so he's re-rolling all of these wounds. So re-rolling the 1s, 2s and 3s. Okay, that's both failed under there, but we do have 3, 6, 9, 10 wounds.
I think I knocked one over, should be 8.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so it's 9 wounds apparently.
8.
8 wounds. Okay, fine.
8 wins. Okay, 4s.
4s.
I pass 5. I fail 3.
Okay, Iron Hands.
No,
Does
so
fail
there's
3 of
down three.
those.
So he's down to 5
Okay,
left.
down to 5 wounds, and then we've got the Slugger.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 hits. No wounds.
No wounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you shooting the mortar?
The mortar, where was that going?
Well, that's going to go into the further. It's 12 minimum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then I'll go.
That should get him, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. D6.
3.
3.
Reroll those ones.
Okay.
1 hit.
Straight 8 does wounds.
Makes the
And he
save.
makes a save on a 6. Okay. And now that we've discovered it is the charge phase, the Prince charges to Dreadnought, and of course he's overwatching on 5s.
It is. I keep having to double check
It doesn't quite seem real.
No, here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. So that's the first gun.
Yep.
1 wound.
1 wound, and that'll be at -2.
Correct.
Because state of doctrine.
Everything.
Because everything
Okay.
fails that. Disgust. It does pass disgusting resilient.
Okay, small gun.
Okay.
2 hits.
2 hits, and no wounds this time.
And then this is the Stormbolter.
Yeah.
1 wound.
1 wound, 2 up save, separating plates. Makes it no problem.
Okay.
Okay, now to make the charge. Can't really fail at that range, but in he goes. Yep. Prince makes it. Alright. We then have, with Hateful Assault, how many attacks are we looking at, Mr. Beers?
So it would be, well, I've just checked. He's +1 strength with
Okay.
the Gifted Contagion.
Okay.
So it's going to be 4, 5, 6. Hang on.
8 attacks, I think.
8 attacks.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
2s, re-rolling 1s.
Death of the False Emperor in there.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Reroll it then. Lovely.
Okay. And then, because you're strength 8 now, it'll be 3s to wounds. Unfortunately, a sea of 1 and 2s. Only 3 wounds. Unbelievable. It's now 5s to save. He does fail at least all 3. It's 6 damage, but he ignores them on 6s. He doesn't at
still
least
enough.
insult you. He does just fail.
Do I blow up?
And he doesn't blow up. The Redemptor is destroyed. A unit is destroyed.
Hooray!
That marks the end of the turn for the Death Guards. They did just get Big Game Hunter.
And
They
Hold
did
the Line.
get No Prisoners.
Yeah.
They did get Hold the Line, which
Yeah.
is actually quite a few points.
Yeah.
So I just
however,
got defend objective 1.
you just got defend. Really?
So
Really? Did
I'm
you?
I'm now on 10 points.
You're now on 10 points.
Yes.
Beard, how many points are you on now? You've just got 3 points there.
7.
7 points.
7.
Well, it is 10-7, which you could argue is relatively close. The problem is, it's the Iron Hands' turn next.
Yeah.
He's got one
get-
fresh Redemptor.
I'm gonna get
one.
I'm gonna get supremacy.
He's going to get Supremacy again. That's guaranteed.
Right. So let me just draw the card so that I'll show you what's going to happen.
Okay. Why
So
don't
I'm gonna
you
get
tell us the
supremacy.
story? You're going to get Supremacy.
I'll get Kingslayer as well,
You get Kingslayer as well.
and I'll get Area Denial for D3.
So you're telling me that you're going to get 3d3 plus Slay the Warlord next turn.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you know, we can watch that, I guess. I'm happy to do it, but it feels like at this point we've kind of shown and proven what can happen. It's up to you, Beard. Do you want to keep going?
Absolutely not. But thanks for the offer. I don't want to watch any more of my Death Guard die now.
Yeah.
Tactical retreat. So it's a draw, right?
That they are. Wow, incredible. All right, well let's talk about that in the wrap up
Let's
because they are.
Do
they
the
are
wrap up.
good.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Ow.
Yeah.
I don't like
Those Iron Hands, and that obviously wasn't supposed to be the most vicious list. And without the Iron Father.
that. Yeah. Who's by himself is an excellent unit.
Yeah.
Are horrific.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. And I was playing half the rules wrong.
Half the rules, wrong.
I was playing half the rules wrong. They are the best castle army in the game.
Yes.
Mobile.
Mobile castle.
Yeah, quite mobile as well. Leave my Tau for dead as far as playing castles.
Yeah.
They are so good.
Yeah.
Reduce
damage.
Yeah, the Iron
Heal
Stone.
damage.
Heal damage.
The
Extra
Iron Stone
saves.
is
Ignoring the modifier to hit. Extra minus. Oh, and by the way, you Overwatch on 5s.
yeah. Ignore wounds on 6. Zzz.
Yeah. Wow, I'm blown away. It's incredibly strong. it's incredibly strong. It's not very difficult to play.
No, plays itself.
Plays itself. As long as all you've got to do is have target priority and then keep your auras in check, which is quite simple to do. If you want to play a Space Marine army which has a horrific amount of firepower and doesn't need to spend much CP at all,
No.
and this is what I was saying in the Vox. When I looking at it, I was like, you won't need to spend any CP when you're playing this with the certain buffs and everything that you can give everyone. You just don't need it.
Nope.
I mean, almost running a battalion in a way is a bit of a waste. You could just run 3 spearheads.
You could.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
or you could run 3 minimum units of troops. I was saying, and you could take 3 venerable dreadnoughts with twin autocannon and missile launchers, or if you're using index choices, just dual twin autocannons. Make them all characters, then they can't be targeted.
3 executioners. That'd be nice.
You have 3 executioners.
Yeah.
3.
I'm blown away.
Yeah, they're just so good. They're so good.
I think Games Workshop are going to be selling out of Abandoned Black quite soon.
Yeah.
Get your spray cans now, kids.
What we've decided to do is we will get the Iron Father, but we're going to convert him and just make him a normal Tech Marine.
Yeah.
So we will have a Tech Marine, but we're going to say he's Primaris, but we'll just obviously run him as a normal Tech Marine, so that the dragons can at least have the Tech Marine in there.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I was only healing D3.
Yeah.
Like, there's potential with that list that you could be healing, 6 from the Iron Father, and then you can cast your spells as well, and you could have another Tech Marine running around healing something else. It just doesn't die. It does not die. And then, even if it gets down to 4 wounds, it doesn't degrade. It doesn't degrade because it's worth double the wounds. I don't know.
It feels. I'm going to say it feels a bit much.
I was about. Look, I'm trying to kind of be. Just tread the line.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to almost step into the other field here and go, I think this is far too much.
Yeah.
It's literally, they've got like the combined rules of there's just so many rules.
Well, they've got so many special rules. Look, but the thing is, I think it's a real fun if you're an Iron Hands player.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
And I really like.
I mean, and if you don't like having friends, it's real fun.
I mean, look, here's the thing. The way I look at it is this: it's all well and good as long as all of the new codexes get that sort of thing.
Sure.
You know, that sort of amount of awesome free rules. I guess my concern is that the Chaos Space Marine Codex, having its version 2 dropped so recently.
My poor Chaos.
Oh, it's not good. I retract what I just said.
That's real tough.
That
was a version 2.
I retract what I say about collecting Death Guard.
No.
You are the Iron Father.
I think I think the Death Guards still do have some place, but I think the problem is that you then need to sort of field your nastiest stuff all the time.
Yeah.
To make it just compete on an even keel against, this new power that's emerged. And one thing I will say, and I said this when the new Space Marine Codex came out, it is actually exciting which I think, I'm sort of saying to Games Workshop, if anyone was happening to be listening, I think you need to redo the Chaos Codex now. Because the point 2, the version 2, which you've done, does not cut it in comparison with this feels, like I've said before, it feels like a 9th edition Codex.
Yeah.
It's completely now, the game stepped up again. The Space Marine Codex in general, and then these supplements come out on top of it. We're in a new game now.
Yeah.
The rules they're flinging about here is in a new game that none of the other existing codexes truly compare in comparison, in my opinion. Obviously they can compete, some of the other codexes can compete, but what Space Marines can do in general now has changed the game, which you kind of always expect a bit of a meta shift when a new book comes out. But I would expect now these other codexes, including the codex which was just released before it, or just a minor update before it, to get a full update.
Yeah.
Because they need it now.
Yeah.
To compete with that sort of stuff.
Even if the Legion's got supplements, there's still just a big gap in terms of like the main Chaos Space Marine rule.
Yeah, because the core book that they're playing from, like the Lord Discordant's amazing. He's a really good unit, but all of the new stratagems that the Space Marines have gotten and all of the new core buffs. Come on, let's look at a Chaos Space Marine now in comparison to a normal Marine, and then a Primaris Marine. Oof. He's not cut. We need the Mark of Khorne to do something. We need the Mark of Slaanesh to I want to see some special rules in it for free. Literally for free. If I give it a Mark of Khorne, it gets whatever special rules for free.
Yeah.
Because whatever the Black Legion rules and all of the Traitor Legion rules need to be, I think, feel as meaty as
100%.
These other supplements.
But to get to a point where that happens, because I'm just looking at all of our armies at the moment and thinking about how they'd fare against the Iron Hands. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not to say that the Iron Hands can't be beaten, but I think, you know, I could definitely, perhaps we'll run it, you use them in a Tactica, and I'll try and see if I can come up with something to, you know, Eldari is still going to perform, but I have to admit, I think that the Iron Hands have got, the Space Marines in general have got so many great tools now that they can put the Eldari in their place.
Yeah, it reminds me of like where, you know, like 6 or 7 months ago when you'd read through the Codex and you'd feel a bit like that with Eldari. They'd have an answer for everything.
Yeah.
Like, and you go, oh, I can just do this, I can do that, I can do this, and then you could obviously spread that across 3 different codexes as well. When I was reading through the Iron Hands stuff today, I was just like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'll put a chaplain in here, and I get like +1 to wound. It's just like there's so much you can choose from, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot. And the thing is, the Eldari at the moment can just resort to 9 planes.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Which is the ultra competitive build right at the minute, which is still very effective. But nonetheless, very interesting. Obviously, this wasn't a competitive game, but I think we sort of had to address it because they are so inherently competitive, the Iron Hands, that you need to be aware of, if you're not an Iron Hands player and you're playing them, perhaps your buddy's an Iron Hands player, you need to be aware of what they can do so that you don't bring a friendlier list, because you actually need to bring your A game against your Iron Hands, you know.
Every time.
Unless I've learned something today.
Yeah, unless your buddy's going real tame and go, well, I'll only take 1 execution, or maybe I'll take 1 dreadnought, and I'll sort of play deliberately against my benefits, which is absolutely, why not? You know, it's good to have fun with this as well. So look, unlucky Mr. Beard, I don't think there's too much else you could have done. There's a couple of Cloud of Flies things
could have conceded turn 1.
You could have conceded turn 1. I think you could have bought 3 Blade Burst Crawlers and 3 Blight Haulers from the start. You probably still wouldn't have tremendously helped, but it would have been better.
Yeah.
You needed to bring as much power as you could. We need 3 radios for the Death Guard at this point.
Yeah. 100%.
So that they've got that long range firepower to back us up. Because our studio army doesn't have heavy firepower for them.
No.
The Death Guard at the minute. Much to think about. Much to think about. So look, until next time, we've previewed now the Iron Hands in a brutal battle report for you. We'll try and get the Raven Guard out at some point. We've got some Phobos on the way for the Dragons.
Yeah.
So looking forward to some shenanigans with them. So until next time, this has been Tabletop Tactics, and we'll see you very soon.